Welcome everybody to our latest session of Scarlet Citadel. Our group landed off in a little bit of a split up scenario here, so we'll see how that goes right as we get back into the session. As usual, we will start with a quick recap and get everybody up to speed as to what occurred last week. So team, you'll likely recur last week when we first started. You guys were in the second floor of the Scarlet Citadel, standing nearby this large hole in the ground that unfortunately your companion Orr had fallen through. You had tried to rescue Orr, but were not successful, and then realized that you probably should beat a quick retreat out of this location, knowing that the creatures from down below could essentially just climb the stairs and come right to you if they wished. So you guys made your way out of the Scarlet Citadel, made your way back to the first floor. As you were heading for the exit, which was the secondary exit, there was approaching of some creatures. A couple of the player characters down below, which I believe was Renaud and Grask, were able to see these approaching creatures and bait a quick retreat, making their way out of this trapdoor. Once the group was up top, it didn't take too long before they had heard some other stuff earlier on, some pounding from inside the Scarlet Citadel. As they left the Scarlet Citadel, made their way out into the woods in order to catch a quick rest. Hugo decided he was going to head back to the village of Red Tower and take in some scenery there, maybe enjoy a beverage, while the group decided to then make their way back into the Scarlet Citadel. So having done so, when the group approached, they heard the sound of talking at the ruins of the Scarlet Citadel, and before too long realized that both Scar and Ushlux were standing outside of that area, holding on to the sealed trapdoor. So the group realized that there was different occurrences going on here, namely that Scar and Ushlux seemingly had been pushed out of the first level. And the team did engage Ushlux in some conversation where he explained that the undead had taken over the first floor, is the way he described it. And he had indicated that he was waiting for some companions, waiting for some help to come to sort of settle the issues here. The group debated a little bit of out of character whether or not they should use this opportunity to attack Ushlux and attack Scar and take them down, but ultimately decided that it didn't make sense to do so, particularly if they are waiting on companions, that those could be troublesome. So the group eventually decided to go back in through the main entrance rather than the trapdoor entrance, and started looping around, discovered some of those undead creatures that were trying to get out through the slab or the trapdoor, and was able to defeat them fairly handily, ultimately restoring confidence in their really, really amazing combat prowess, of course, and then decided to make their way back down to the second level. The group did also spend a little bit of time trying to steal again from Scar, but didn't find that he had anything new of interest to take. As the group made their way back down below, there was some discussion about going through the door through the east on the second floor, as the group hadn't been there so far, and ultimately picked the door. Oh, I of course missed a big part here. How could I forget this? As the group exited the Scarlet Citadel the first time, they ran into their new companion, Mei, who turned out to be a hedgehog folk who was digging around the grounds outside of the Scarlet Citadel, looking for a way in, perhaps, or maybe a safer way in than the way ins that are already known. Once the group ran into her and spoke with her for a bit, she seemingly was interested in joining the group and into the Scarlet Citadel. And after some sort of baseline questions, asking, what were her capabilities and, is she sure she wanted to risk it, all of that fun stuff, Mei did decide to join the group. So, and that was who actually was able to unlock the door to get into the large room just off of the entrance on the second floor. Once the group opened this door, they saw that there was these large vats inside, saw these flying greenish creatures nearby on the two alcoves, both on the north and south side of the room, and also that there was a woman inside, and she seemingly was very much preoccupied with these vats in the center of the room. So as the group, I believe it was Renaud, slowly approached her, trying to get her attention. She seemed so focused that, responding really wasn't on her agenda here. But Renaud essentially walked closer and closer to her and got to the point where she really couldn't ignore him anymore. And as she turned to angrily address him, her hand actually caught on one of these levers and sort of, or valve really, and spun it, causing the contraption in the center to shake and ultimately explode, splattering this gunk, this slime, on a very large area, and also releasing a very large, some type of ooze or jelly creature. The group found themselves then in combat with the creature, and luckily Renaud had the ability to push opponents backwards, so he essentially made this ooze very ineffective, as the ooze wasn't very fast, and every time he got hit and pushed back, that seemed to do enough to prevent him from making any forward progress. At the same time, the woman started fleeing down the south, and some of the team members chased her. So Elliot chased her, and I believe Grask was down there as well, started engaging her in combat. When this occurred, she very rapidly threw some of these concoctions on the ground, which spread, doing a variety of effects. Some of them were damaging, some of them caused this sort of chemical to get upon metallic items in the area and start sizzling them to the point of destruction. And altogether bad news. Another part of one of these was this sort of like blackish sludge that was really hard and encased Elliot, or at least his lower part of his body, and stuck him there. As the group pummeled her and she looked pretty badly hurt, she rapidly consumed a potion faster than what would seem possible, and then that potion seemingly gave her the ability to fly, and she used that to fly away quickly, putting much distance between herself and the team. So with the large ooze defeated, the woman having retreated, the group was trying to basically just wrap those things up when Elliot spotted some interesting items in the room that he's currently in, which looks like a storage room, and started pulling some of these things out. And backwards and forwards on his trip to and fro, he noticed this orange-ish slime creature seemingly hidden between some of these barrels that started just making a lunge for him. So, and that is where we left off. So, group, that was a quick recap. Anything I missed? Anybody like to add?
Yeah, I got one thing. My hand crossbow and my scimitar and Grask's great axe are all not functioning because they got hit with that thing that eroded all the metal. So we don't have any weapons. Well, at least I don't have any weapons.
Right, there was some discussion about swapping or what folks still had left and so forth. Yep, so yeah, absolutely good addition. Anything else anybody'd like to add?
Just that Ushlak said he didn't like the gnome, and he'd be happy if we killed him. So we got the all clear from Ushlaks.
Oh, yes, good call. Yep, go ahead and take inspiration for that. So that was in regards to the gnomish spellcaster that the group had previously run into on the second floor. And when asked if Ushlaks knew who this was, he said yes. And yeah, he said he was not a fan. He didn't really care at all. All right, excellent. So, team, if there's nothing else, let's go ahead and get everybody back onto the screen. Well, that's interesting. Looks like shift ping's not working right now, so that'll be a little bit of fun. But yes, this is where we find ourselves. So we are going to go ahead and throw initiative. So I'm going to lock the tokens here momentarily. Oh, never mind. That was definitely not a Roll20 issue. That was my issue. I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. All right, I'll make sure I got everybody. Okay, and I do believe I do. Okay, so as the ooze is sort of slipping out and already prepped and knowing that you're there and on the hunt, and Elliot, as you're dragging this stuff out and you turn, it is the quickest to move. So you notice the creature lunges forth, its body literally stretching out towards you. And with that, I will need you to give me a defense roll. Okay, the ooze stretches out, slapping into you here, Elliot, and you will suffer 9 points of bludgeoning damage, 7 necrotic for a total of 16 points of damage, and I will need a Constitution saving throw. Okay, so as this ooze is expressed on your body and sort of gets on you, not only does it hurt badly, but you can feel a strange sensation. All right, next up is Sebastian. He's not really sure even what's going on quite yet based on how far away he is. So he's going to make his safe way here around the ooze and get to there. As we move to Elliot's turn.
Alright, I am going to disengage.
Well, I got you locked here. There you go.
Get to here. And I am about to die, so I'm going to do my bonus action for Expeditious Retreat. Go ahead and get as far out as I can. And I'm gonna kind of scream, there's another little tiny ooze. It hits hard.
Okay, Grask.
Is it coming?
I don't know.
I guess I'll stand here and prepare an action to attack it if it comes near us, if it comes within range.
Okay, ready to action.
That'll be me.
Okay, Renaud.
Renaud's going to do the same thing with an Eldritch Blast. And he will say over his shoulder, Sebastian, start grabbing all of the things that are on the tables here. And that'll be his turn.
All right, yeah, Sebastian had previously moved, but Token was locked and shunned him backwards, so I just moved him to where he was. But yes, he hears you, Renaud, and looks towards the tables.
Right. A bonus action shillelagh. You never know when that's going to come in handy.
Okay. Mei.
Mei is going to search everything around her.
Okay, so keeping in mind that we are currently in a combat round, so your search will be about 6 seconds long. But yeah, go ahead and give me a blind check as you search this area. On a quick look through this area, you can see various vials and some what you would consider to be maybe alchemical type of supplies, but nothing that looks to be of particular interest or value.
Well, I'll stuff the vials into my pockets.
All right, so you interact with object to start grabbing a couple vials and putting them in a backpack, perhaps. All right, you guys not sure what's happening in the other room, so I will skip that turn and then move the token appropriately, if it is indeed moving. And then we will move to Sebastian's turn, who is investigating this area, looking around for things of interest, of value, to try to find. Elliot.
Alright, Elliot is going to keep up with the trend of retreating because he's about to die. He's going to move here and dodge.
Okay, Grask.
So we're standing at what looks like a doorway. Can this door be closed, or is the frame busted?
Oh no, it can be closed.
I'm going to close the door. And then I do.
Okay, door is closed.
I'll yell over, close the other one.
Renaud.
Renaud is going to step back now. I think that's probably as far as he can go, since I think that ooze was difficult terrain.
Yes.
He's going to prepare, ready another action for any enemies that appear, and he will Eldritch Blast them when they come into view.
And I assume that's only, like, not the guys to the north, for example.
Correct.
Okay.
Let me hit the button.
All right, May.
Does May think there'd be more in this area if she continued to look?
She potentially could find other things. Usually, when you search, it's like a minute for a 2x2 area, so 4 cubes or 4 squares. So, being that you only spent 6 seconds, it's kind of like a quick look through, see kind of deal.
Well, I think she'll, like, does she see anything of value within sight? Like on the tables or anything?
She can use her action to make a blind perception check to see if anything sticks out as looking to be of value.
Cool. Trying to grab, presuming that we're going to be on our way out here soon.
There is...
sorry.
Yep, no worries. I'll take the first one. There is so much around here that you're realizing that you're going to have to spend time sort of pushing through things. There is, no way to just eyeball something and say that it's really valuable in this room just because of the amount of stuff that there is. So it looks like it's going to take you several, not even a minute would be enough to search this room. It's probably going to take a more significant amount of time.
All right, should we grab stuff or are we heading out?
Grab everything.
Okay, May's just going to continue to pocket anything that looks interesting in this area that's above the stairs.
Okay. All right, and with that, guys, as there's no obvious threat, the door is closed. I'm going to go ahead and end combat here as we find ourselves wrapping that piece up.
Something tells me I think we have escaped for the moment. Let us see how much of these things we can safely abscond with and retreat.
Adam, can I drink a couple of potions here?
Oh, come here. Elliot. I'll trudge through this muck, and then I'll cast 3rd level Cure Wounds.
Ooh, you missed him. He just ran around the other side.
Stop it. Come back. Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting you to swamp dive.
You look like you're about to die.
Thank you. I'm still gonna drink. Well, do I still feel like that, whatever that, basically that Constitution save that I failed, Adam, do I still feel like that effect is holding on to me?
You can make a medicine check on yourself to investigate the wound and see if you can learn anything about it.
Do you want me to do that blind?
Yes. You don't see any kind of lingering effect on your arm. You would assume that you're all fine.
Okie dokie. Well, is there anything on this desk up here, Adam? Specifically, do I see any kind of potion bottles or anything like that?
So the way this is written up, guys, is it takes 10 minutes of searching to find stuff here. So you guys obviously haven't had that 10 minutes yet, but if you're willing to spend 10 minutes now searching the room fully, you can essentially find all of the obvious things in the room.
What if we divide it up into 5 quadrants?
That sounds logical, but it still says 10 minutes. So I'm guessing that they're expecting that as a full group searching.
All right, let's get down to business.
Did you guys kill the flying lady? Did
She got away.
She's long gone.
Well, you hope. Just be careful.
Okay, so you guys are going to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potions, one set of very strange looking, I'm going to say a dropper, like a little vial with a dropper attached, a bag that seems to contain some kind of dust, a small glass vial that contains a salve of some kind, and finally set off nearby where Sebastian currently is. There is another potion that's in a very odd shaped glass bottle. It has sort of like handles on both sides of it. If you almost think of like a big wine jug, kind of like that, but it's more of a potion size. In addition to all of those things, as you're searching more like where Mei is, this is what's considered the library nook. There is a bunch of reference material and extensive notes here. So you're gathering these, not actually having looked through them quite yet, but you're kind of seeing them. You can choose whether you take them with you or not, but there is a lot here.
Elliot will gather up the notes.
Okay, so you want to gather up essentially all of the documents and writings here?
Yeah, everything that seems to pertain to the research or the similar subjects of what was going on, and I'll compile it and see if I can stash it in my book bag.
So you guys have discovered some writing in this area before, and very similar, this follows the same pattern where you can't make out any of the writing. So like as you open it, it is written in the common tongue or the Enwerian tongue, but the letters and things don't make any sense. You suspect that there's some kind of a hidden, maybe a cipher or some kind of a pattern or something to decode these. It literally just is like garbage to you guys without understanding what that is. But I will assume you have collected as much of it as you can.
If we take these books, maybe we can decode the cipher.
I think that's a good idea. Let us split them up amongst all of us. Books are heavy.
Elliot and group, Elliot, you'd be the first to notice this. You notice the two green guys start flying and start making their way to the west. Is there anything that somebody does immediately?
Watch them?
Fair enough.
Bye-bye.
They will probably go and report on everything we did, so count on the lady to... Well, we already attacked her, so I'm sure she will attack us at sight again when we see her. But
There's nothing in the bedroom area, right? Would that be included?
There does not seem to be this. So this is what is called the sleeping nook, and it doesn't contain anything of special interest. So you notice there's a cot with a broken and badly repaired leg, and unlocked chest, which contains a few changes of clothing, and a stove for cooking. But other than that and some dirty dishes, you don't notice anything else of interest here.
Can I see if I can find anything maybe hidden away, tucked in the bed, maybe false bottom in the chest?
Yes, go ahead and do another blind check to see if you notice anything of hidden nature. So after spending another, say, we'll say call it 3 minutes, searching this area carefully, looking through those areas that you've described, looking for anything hidden, no, there does not seem to be.
You want to open this door, Grask?
We should check and see if it's empty.
take a look. If it's another area like this, perhaps we leave it for another day, but see what's beyond.
Gather close before.
Well, wait,
Step
does
back,
anybody...
Elliot.
Does anybody have anything like maybe a sword or a dagger?
How about some darts?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. What about those skeleton things? Did anybody take any of those weapons?
I did not. Let me see what Renard has. I don't think I got much. I don't. Yeah. I do not have very much at all. Considering that you are both almost weaponless, maybe we just leave that door shut for now and we try and make our way out.
I'm not without a weapon.
All right, you have one, but Elliot does not, or at least a very substandard one.
No, I have none.
I can
Zero.
give you 3 darts.
Well, thanks. All right. If I find the weapon, though, I need it.
Renaud, as you're standing there, you hear the sound of footsteps coming down the circular stairs to your west. Is there anything that you do immediately?
I will. I guess without it triggering, can I prepare to cast Eldritch Blast at the stairs? And while I'm doing that, I'll just side whisper to everyone, "Is someone coming? Prepare."
Okay, and when you say prepare, so does this mean like if you see a figure, you're just shooting Eldritch Blast at them?
No, I guess I'm gonna just have my hand outstretched, ready to go in a threatening manner, depending on who it is that appears.
Okay, fair enough. So as you're having your hand outstretched in this threatening manner, you notice the figure comes around.
Oh, I almost shot you. Sorry.
Oh, easy there. Easy.
It's all right. I thought you were going back.
Yeah, I was going to, and then ran into a little bit of trouble along the road.
Oh, well, come in here and look at the trouble we got into.
All right. Yeah, it was about halfway back and or about 30 minutes away or so, and I saw some armed men along the route we take. So, in my experience, when you see the armed men, you don't engage with them. You just turn around.
Ah, yes. Well, I think we are close to leaving here, so all of us together, I think we'll be able to deal with them.
All right. Yeah.
Hugo just
Oh.
dives right into the goop.
Oh, sorry.
So brave.
No, if I see there's goop there, sorry, I'll move around to the outside of it. I'll be like, so, what's been going on in here? You killed that little gnome?
I haven't seen the gnome. Almost killed a crazy lady who threw a bunch of, I don't know. Oh, hey, Hugo, do you have an extra weapon?
Yeah, let me check here.
Grask, how many books do you think you can carry?
I've never found a number I couldn't lift.
I've got a crossbow, and I have a dagger.
I mean, I guess I could take the crossbow if you don't need it or you don't want to use it, but I have nothing. That thing ate my sword and my hand crossbow.
Then I want my darts back.
You can have them back, me.
Yeah, you can use my crossbow for now.
Yeah. I'll give it back to you when we get back to town. I'll just buy something new.
All right, so you go ahead. It's a light crossbow, and I have a bunch of bolts. I have 76 crossbow bolts.
I've got 40, so.
So you don't need any. Okay, so I'll just give you the light crossbow then. There you go.
Between the two of us, though, we got plenty of crossbow bolts.
I've been playing too much Elden Ring when I've been running out of arrows, so I need to I need to have ammo. All right, treat her well. She's done me good. What happened to your weapons?
Well, that crazy lady with the elixirs, she threw a couple down at me and Grask. One of them stuck my feet to the earth. One of them melted our weapons. I think another one exploded or something, but that one didn't really hurt that much.
Some
And
kind of alchemist, huh?
Yeah, and then she blew, well, I don't know if she did this. I think it was an accident, but her arm hit a lever and, well, this exploded outwards, and there was a giant ooze that appeared in the middle, but Renard was able to keep it back with his blast.
Well,
Oh, Hugo, now, you've met our hedgehog friend, Mei, right?
no, I don't.
Technically, he did just barely on the outskirts of the Scarlet Citadel, but not actually as a player.
Well, Hugo, this is Mei.
Yeah, did she prove herself down here? That's what Grask was muttering about when I left.
She's still alive, and she's helped us, so...
Well, what all did that alchemist lady have on her? Any good gems or anything like that?
Well, I didn't get a chance to search her body, but down through that door there was another ooze. We kind of ran from it, but in that room, there was a lot more potions.
I didn't see the second ooze. Was it as big as the first one?
No, not even close, but it was still, well, it hit really hard. It almost killed me.
Well, I'm sure we're on borrowed time down here because the lady could come back, her little minions could come back.
Yeah, what's the plan? Are we getting out or we delving?
I'd like to go. I think we're all rather beat up.
Open the door! Open the door! Open the
I
door!
want to open this door before we leave.
Yeah, I kind of want to open it too, but I'm gonna step back a little bit and draw the crossbow.
Renan, Hugo, come closer.
All right. How close? Right here seems good to me.
Yeah, right. Be prepared to jump out of the way.
I open the door. I open the door.
Yes, you do, and you see a long hallway stretches out before you.
I'm going to step through and see what I can see. It's long.
That's what she said.
Oh,
Whatever we do,
See?
let's do it quick.
I thought you wouldn't get that. See, May, grass doesn't get jokes.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I thought it was a very good one.
It's all right. I've heard it quite a few times.
what do we see in there, Adam?
You see a tank with a ladder next to it.
In my mind, I thought about like an actual like M1 Abrams tank or something. I was like, oh my gosh. But then quickly, I was like, wait, this is D&D.
Hugo's gonna stay here and just keep a watch out for any enemies that come through.
This effect we're seeing, is this on the floor or in the air?
On the floor.
My expeditious retreat would have dropped while we were searching that room, so I'm gonna take that concentration emblem off at him.
Okay.
So is the ladder in the green stuff?
So the green stuff on the ground, like closer towards you, Mei, is very light. It's just kind of like a sparse amount. You can see that there is more to the west, and it seems to be more centered towards the north area here by the north tank. The south tank seems to be more, I guess, intact, you could say.
If I were to step over to the ladder, would I get the green stuff on me?
On a quick visual look, you don't think so.
Renard, No, Matt will say, I think we've been here before because there's the red X on the table off in the distance. Renaud will say, this does not look familiar to me because it was Corin who was here last, not him.
Same. This is the room next door to the Pink Lightning for those who recall. Can May hop onto the ladder and like take a peek at the tank?
She can. So she wants to climb up the ladder and look in the tank?
Yes.
Okay, so you climb. So I'm gonna put you in this square. So you get into the square and you start climbing the ladder, and you notice that the top of the tank is open. So as you're lifting yourself up, you can see sort of a little bit of maybe almost like an acrid smell seems to be wafting off the top, but it's not nearly as strong here as it was in other areas. But just as you get your head kind of like right at the eye level with the top of the tank, that's when you notice it's open. Do you keep climbing to look in further, or does that change your plan?
Like, what does it look like from what I can see?
So imagine you're looking at like a stone ledge, right? And like, so you start lifting your head and your head just goes past the ledge, and you can see this greenish liquid all on the top. So there's no cap on it. So like you notice that, and I would say that causes you to maybe pause for just a moment.
Does it match the green that's on the ground?
Yes, it's similar in color. Yep.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna come back down and just be like, looks like these are full of more of that stuff.
Well, if we could figure out what the hell these notes say, maybe we could figure out what they were doing. Glad we looked, though, but there's nothing here, Grask.
All right, we are full of loot. Let's get out of here while we still can.
I think Grass could carry a few more books.
I came around the corner and I saw that tank and I thought it was another ooze thing. I was like, oh shit, but it was just the tank.
No, I'm keeping watch.
Good to Hugo.
I don't know, mate. I'm worried about those men back there too, because who knows? They could have been coming this way. So
Let's get out of down here, find a safe spot in the woods, take a short rest, and then we will see about the men that have blocked the roadway.
Does this green stuff look or smell or seem wildly different from the green stuff in the other room?
Give me a blind check, May, as you look at it and try to draw that conclusion. I mean, the coloration is certainly not the same. Whether that means it's different or it's just more of a thicker concoction or something, hard to say.
Adam, before Renaud goes up, he would just kind of like to take a little listen and see if he hears any other new sounds that have trickled in to the area.
Based on passive perception, no.
All right.
So, Grass, Hugo, I assume you're interested in books. Like,
yeah, I fancy myself a reader.
how many books could like me and these guys carry out of here?
So most of these in this room, think of them as being more like journals and notes. There may be some books, but for the most part, it's a lot of just notes. So I would say you can carry the few books, these sort of scrolls, the notes. So it's actually, I'm glad you asked that question. It says right here, about 220 pounds worth of material. So as long as you guys can divide the 220 amongst yourself, which I'm sure you can with this many folks, you should be able to take it all out of here.
Good.
Okay. I carry like 30 pounds or so.
I'm trying to do my math real quick to see how much I can actually carry.
I could probably take about 50 more pounds.
Just wanted to make sure we were getting all this stuff.
Hugo definitely eyes the scrolls and sort of make sure that they're not actual like magical spell scrolls.
In eyeing them, you don't think so, but you would need some more in-depth, study to determine for sure.
There.
I just
Who's
put
this?
50 pounds of books in my book bag. That's what I got.
Who's the smartest of you guys? Because somebody needs to crack this code.
It's probably Hugo.
I've been known to crack a code or two in my day.
I can take 40 pounds of books.
All right,
I
as you
take
guys
that
are
30.
having this discussion, are you making your way back up to the first floor?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Once we get all the books secured, yeah.
All right, so yes, feel free to distribute those books how you like. It probably won't be too critical right at the moment. Sebastian could help you carry some. I imagine Grask probably has a lot of free weight as well, just based on strength and lack of armor. But yeah, so we'll assume that those are fair, reasonably distributed amongst the team.
Could I say I tested out the trap one more time before we went up? I'm assuming I tested it when I went down, anyways. But
Yes, yep. You're pretty sure that the group learned that once they got to the bottom, that it takes time for it to recharge. So they're not sure exactly how long, but it doesn't come back really quickly.
Adam, my hit points somehow reset.
For whatever reason, the tokens sometimes have that issue. They don't track on the level ups anymore. I don't know why, but we can swap out if need be.
I just don't. I don't remember where I was at. 20 something, 21.
Oh, you're saying it should be correct on your sheet, even if the token's wrong.
No, that reset too.
Well, that is a strange one.
Oh, I know what I did. I opened up D&D Beyond to check how much weight I could carry, and then it reset it from the hit points on there. That's what happened. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
This is a statue of a rat, right?
That is a statue of some forgotten rat-shaped minor deity or demon.
Used to have gems in its eyes.
I pull out my pet mouse, Basil, and say, Do you want to say a prayer?
Listen, we don't have time for this. I'm sorry, new girl.
Let her have her moments. It's okay.
She doesn't understand what it's like in here, Renard.
Yeah, how did you just walk down to the second floor?
As quickly as I could. You never know when a ghost or something's gonna pop out of a wall and stab you in the heart.
That does happen more often than not.
All right, so you guys are making your way back up to the first floor using the trapdoor.
I think so.
Yep. Grask will knock on it with, he'll climb up a bit and knock on it and say, "It's us, let us out."
You hear no response, but you notice that the trapdoor opens freely and is not being held tight any longer.
Okay. I climb out and hold it open for others.
All right, as you guys make it out, is there anything in particular you're doing other than leaving the ruins and making your way? I think I heard the group say they want to head to the forest.
I think just to take a short rest for us.
Okay, fair enough. So you guys make your way out of here, pass by the ruins, and find yourself on the outskirts of the Scarlet Citadel, pushing towards the woods where you've rested perhaps a couple of times in the past.
I just had this thought. We should turn this little rest spot into like a little mini camp for us where we can, have some creature comforts.
Right.
Another day, perhaps, but
I mean, don't get too attached to it. You never know when you have to cut and run, Renard.
And I'll be quite honest, a small little rest in the woods ain't gonna do me no good. Not enough to go back down there, at least.
it will help me quite a bit, and then I can further reinforce you.
Just be careful. I saw some men that looked like they meant business a little bit further down the trail. So,
And as you ruminate on that, Hugo, go ahead and give me a blind check to see if anything of their appearance or anything about them maybe sticks out to you. Yeah, as you think back to it now, you heard the sounds, you noticed this big group of people, and you pretty quickly decided not to be spotted and get out of there in that direction. But as you think about it pretty clearly now, you remember seeing a couple of symbols on their arms, and you realize that these were likely soldiers in service to this country. So this would be like soldiers in the service to the Rosonian army.
we got Rosonian soldiers down the road. Now, I don't have much love lost for them. I don't know how the rest of you feel.
What are they doing out here?
That's a good question.
I'm trying to remember if Elliot told everyone that he's basically a wanted fugitive from the army right now. Did that come up at all?
That's only in Proudglaive, but my guess is with this tournament, everybody moving in that direction, we're bound to see armored guards. I mean, it makes sense.
So, if I remember correctly, Hugo is at least somewhat knowledgeable about soldiers and guards and that sort of thing. Am I remembering that right?
Well, Hugo is like scoundrel-esque adjacent. But I think Elliot was in the city guard, right?
Right. So I'm trying to piece together based on what Hugo saw. Maybe he describes this and then maybe Elliot realizes it from Hugo's description. But you would know that these are not guards, right? Like city guard or town watch, that sort of thing, are sort of your, you might say, lower level when it comes to like warriors that service the country. These guys are actually soldiers. So a unit of fighting soldiers usually is 200 strong. So you can think of that as like 200 infantrymen, 200 archers, 200 cavalry, that sort of thing. And these guys were, you didn't see 200 of them, of course, but probably a couple dozen, and they seem to be part of a military unit. So you would guess, again, just trying to recall based on what you saw, that these may be part of like an infantry unit would be your guess.
Was he able to tell what direction they were going?
To the northwest.
So, like, basically towards the Citadel?
I mean, that would be on the way, yes, but you're not sure if that was like their target. You're pretty sure, I will say you're pretty sure that was not their destination.
Okay.
Yeah, but Proudglaive is right here, northwest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where that tournament is, so they could be just going that way.
Maybe
Either way,
grand
it's
security for the tournament, something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
not our
You should-
business, though.
No, not at all. We should avoid them if at all possible. There's no positives that could come out of it.
All right, guys. Well, while you're chatting and this time has passed by, you all do get the benefits of a short rest. So I will apply that now.
Renard will do another cure wounds on Elliot.
Okay, nice. 14.
Thanks, Renard.
It's not much, but it should help a little. Well, I feel better now. Do we want to try and sneak around the soldiers? Or shall we go directly through them, not having anything to fear?
No. We'll go around them. Just be careful because I only saw a few dozen, so if they're part of a unit, there's probably more of them somewhere around here.
All right. If we run into them in the woods, I suggest we just talk to them before we start running in the event that they think we are guilty of something that we have not done.
Yeah.
But I agree, Hugo. Let's try and avoid any confrontation.
So we heading back to town to identify all this loot you guys just got?
I think so. I don't think we're rested enough to go back down. So perhaps a short day off while we comb through all of these things, and you can take a look at the code in the books.
Yeah, let's see what we
Give
can
it a
tell.
I'll give it a shot. The other one's writings didn't quite make much sense to me. So, we'll see. Can't promise nothing.
Blow on your dice.
All right, so
Adam?
it sounds like you guys make your way back to the village of Red Tower.
Yeah, I think going off the road, trying to avoid the...
So keep in mind, there's no real road here, right? This is a path that kind of goes from the village of Red Tower to the Scarlet Citadel. And when I say path, it is very rough. There's no like even outline dirt trail, nothing like that. So it's very basic, but you sort of make your way very cautiously to the south, trying to keep your eyes open, looking for any signs of the soldiers that you've heard about, but you do not run into them before making your way back to the village of Red Tower.
You ever been here, May?
No, I don't think I passed through.
Oh, it's pretty swank. They got a lot of good stuff here.
No, proud lave.
No, it's not Proudglaive, that's true.
There are some creature comforts, mainly beds that we can sleep in. Adam, what time a day roughly is it?
I would say it's, late-ish afternoon, 3, 4 p.m., something like that.
Maybe we go in, just see if anything new has happened, and maybe Ambrosi will know about the soldiers and what they were doing. But then, if you all want to stay with me outside, we can. I can comb through these alchemical and potion components and see if anything is magical.
Yeah, that sounds fun and all, but I ain't gonna be worth a damn if I ain't got a blade or nothing, so I'm gonna go down to the smithy. I'm gonna take a little bit of that money from the credit slip, if you guys don't mind, and get me a weapon. Grass, do you want to come?
I'll come.
Can I come?
I don't see why not.
It would probably be
Eric,
worth
too.
it to get 2 sets of weapons this time. One that is silvered and then another set that is not, but won't be as painful to lose.
I just want to remind you that I lost 2 weapons there, but I mean, your point, it makes sense.
All
And I
right.
lost all the studs on my armor.
You pass by the wall and enter into the village of Red Tower. Things look much like you left them. There's not nearly the crowd at the moment at the Cage Tavern and Inn, but there is this sort of palpable excitement in the air of the people you do see, and you hear the word tournament or the word joust or melee multiple times just from people. This seems to be the hot topic in the moment.
I gotta go make a little run, guys. I'll be right back. And Hugo darts off.
All right. I think before the rest of the group breaks off, Renaud will kind of point them towards his tree where he normally does all the identifying, and he'll say, drop off the potions and liquids here, and I'll comb through them all while you go and replace your weapons.
Here you go.
All right, whoever is going to a different direction to take care of some business right now, go ahead and roll me a d6 in chat, and we'll just get a little order going. Okay, so it looks like Grask will be the winner of that roll. So it was Grask, May, and Elliot that were all going for weapons.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds right.
All right, so you guys make your way through the village of Red Tower, and Renaud is hanging back by his identifying tree. You make your way past where the red building is and to the outside here to where the smithy is. As you approach the smithy, you notice the woman who you've met before. I'm not sure if you guys have ever gotten her name or not, but she is a stocky woman in her 50s, perhaps. Pretty heavily muscled, and you can see she's out here working the forge.
Excuse me. I know you're working, but do you have time to sell us some weapons?
You notice she raises her eye and looks towards you. I always got time to sell stuff. What do you need?
All right, big guy. What do you want?
He'll pull out what's left of his silvered great axe and put it on the table. It was.
You notice she actually goes and looks at it, and you almost get this impression like she's pained just by looking at the terrible state of this weapon. And she kind of shakes her head back and forth as she sucks on her thumb for a moment. That's pretty bad. What happened?
Not sure. Some kind of potion did it. Bubbled all over and then covered in holes.
You notice she nods. I see. Well, this is pretty bad shape. I'd have to remelt all this, reforge. It'd probably be a day and 50 gold, I suppose.
Get it started.
She nods, and you see she takes it off your hands and sets it off to the side, still looking at it. You can get the impression she's very curious, like this is stroke something in her mind. Maybe she just, obviously being a huge fan of weapons and her trade, this is something that she finds fairly fascinating. But she pulls her eyes off of it after setting it to the side and looks back at you all.
And I'll pull out the money and get that out of the way.
Okay, so you pay her for that. She will take the 50 gold.
You have silver short swords?
I may have something like that around here. We don't really do much in the way of smithing, but this is more of repairing in silver. My trade isn't really in silver, but the damaged ones I might be able to do something with. But silver, let me see. And you see she kind of goes in the back and starts pulling some bags around and moving some boxes and all that kind of stuff. And you see eventually she pulls a short sword out and comes out and she says, I've got one.
Awesome. I have another one here, but it's not silvered. I'm looking to get a silvered one.
I've never really picked up that trade, to be honest with you. Only until recently have I been getting all these requests for silver, but mostly I don't. So if you're interested in buying a silver one, I can sell you the one I have, but I can't turn a regular one into silver.
How much would you want if I gave you this one in addition to it?
If you give me your short sword for the silver short sword, I'll sell it to you for 100 gold.
The deal.
Okay, she takes your 100 gold and your short sword and hands you over a silvered short sword.
Thank you.
Guess it's my turn. Well, as you can see from my armor, I lost all my studs here on my leather. You think there's something you could do about that?
And you see she sort of looks it up and down, puts a finger in the holes where some of the studs were, and once again shakes her head. It'd be cheaper just to buy a new set. I don't think you even want to try to repair that.
Do you have a set studded leather?
Yes, I do. Let me go check. I'm pretty sure though. Yep, I do. I actually got 2 of them. 45 gold.
Okay. And then I need a weapon. Do you happen to have maybe anything else that's silvered?
Go ahead and roll me a D10, Elliot. Let's see. I've got a silvered flail and a silvered warhammer.
So Adam, with my flaw, I think we talked about it once about what my weight was with weapons that I could use. Do you remember that talk?
Not right at the top of my mind, but I will just review what we have written for your flaw and go from there. Is that on your... Oh, okay, it is. Yeah, that won't impact your... what weapons you can use. So as long as... you've already incorporated that into the stat itself, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so as long as you can handle the weight, you're good to go.
Okay, and you said it was a warhammer and a flail?
Yes, yep. So flail's 2 pounds, warhammer also 2 pounds.
He'll ask how much for both.
You want to buy both the silvered flail and silvered warhammer? 225?
Make it 200. And I'll buy the studded leather as well. 245 total for everything.
Give me a blind check as you try to persuade her. You see she sort of looks at you with a nonplussed expression, and she says, I didn't realize you were one of those merchants haggling for things. Things cost what they cost. Buy it or don't.
Okay. So 225 and then 45 for the armor.
She nods.
I'll give her some of that. I guess I'll show her that credit slip for payment.
Okay, yep, and you'll notice that she basically does some jotting things down as you show this to her, and you assume this is how she's going to claim some of those monies. So as long as you're deducting off of the slip, then you're all set.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it going. Grask, did you pay with the credit slip too, or did you have gold?
Okay, out of character, we all came out of that thing with nothing. So I do have 200 gold on my sheet. So I don't know where I'm getting that from if you have a credit slip that is not divided. So I should probably just ignore the number on my sheet and take it off the slip.
Okay, yeah, so in downtime entries on Discord, I've been keeping track from the last time, and we got 948, so if there's that, yours was 50 gold pieces, right?
That's right.
Okay, so then it's 225 and 45 more coming from that, so that's, what is that? 320, including your armor, so 320, I'll deduct that, Adam.
Okay.
Do you have any darts?
Regular or silvered?
Either or.
Definitely have regular ones. I doubt I have any silvered ones. How many darts do you need?
How much are they?
5 copper each.
Okay, now my question is how many could I carry?
They weigh a quarter of a pound, so for every 4, it'd be 1 pound. So quite a few, probably.
Let's go with like 20.
Okay, sure. So 20, that will be 100 copper, which works out to 1 gold piece, if my math is correct.
Thank you very much.
And she hands those over to you with a curt nod. All right. Is there anything else in particular everybody like to add? You're probably getting the gist here. As far as regular stuff, you can buy these at PHB prices here in the Village of Red Tower. Silvered, unfortunately, is fairly limited. So if there's anything special anybody's looking for, let me know. Otherwise, if you're just buying, like I say, PHB stuff, feel free to do so and deduct as necessary.
How many days away is the tournament now?
Oh, I think we discussed this before, but let me get you an accurate number.
Can you take us to the calendar page?
That's on development. So Prodglaive is about 95 miles from the Village of Red Tower. And I think you can travel, I think it's 3 miles per hour, 24 miles per day. So we'll call it 4 days approximately trip.
And how many days until the tournament's starting?
Based on what you guys learned last time, it's still about 9 days away.
Okay. Graskell mentioned the tournament. You know of it, yes.
And she nods, and of course, that's all anybody's talking about.
I aim to win the melee, but I have no armor, nor the funds to purchase it.
You see, she looks you up and down. Do you need armor?
It wouldn't hurt.
What kind are you thinking?
Half plate would be best.
Oh, that's pretty pricey. That has to be made specifically to a user. So I'd have to take your measurements, then craft it. That would be a pretty lengthy period of time. I don't know if I could even get that done before the tournament.
And no chance of a loaner then.
I don't have any spare half plate, unfortunately. I think I've got a breastplate around here somewhere that maybe something could be worked out.
Do you want to sponsor him?
And she looks from you, Mei, back to him, back to you. We don't really have a whole lot of funds for sponsoring.
We don't need funds, just plate armor.
And you notice she sort of leans on the counter here, and you get this impression of her kind of like thinking it over. What would I get for sponsoring?
You know how a sponsorship works, right? I mean,
No.
He wears like a tabard or something, or you leave a maker's mark on your armor that he wears, and we promote your establishment as he fights. When people ask, wow, who is that strong warrior and where did he get his armor? Well, ta-da.
And you think people are going to come from Proudglaive all the way over here to try to purchase armor from me?
When they see what this guy can do, yeah, why wouldn't they? I mean, look at him.
I mean, they've kind of got smiths of all stripes and trades in Proudglaive. It seems kind of strange.
I think they would just promote your name here. You could hammer your name into the plate mail and everything.
And I mean, I am no, partaker in this trade, but isn't it worth a lot? Your name and the credit you would get from creating something so great?
Maybe in the bigger cities it might work that way. Here, people just want armor and they come to the one store that sells the armor. That's me. So unfortunately, no, there's not really a whole lot there. Unless you can somehow promise me you're going to send a bunch of business this way, but I don't know how you could do that.
People travel far for the best. If I win, Your stuff becomes the best.
But what if you lose?
That won't happen.
Go ahead and give me a blind check, Grask.
I use my inspiration here.
Okay.
I'll find my token on the side here. Did it go?
It did. You notice she looks at you for a moment and then shakes her head. No, even though, I think you might have a chance, hard to say, but it's not a risk I can take. That's a pretty pricey piece of equipment.
Okay, but that money man who came through earlier, and other people like him. We saw a platoon of soldiers on the road here, so it's obvious that people come in this direction. And the Scarlet Citadel also. So, yeah, you're the only place that sells the armor, but plenty of people go to Ambrosi to just hawk off the magical stuff. I mean, a win like the Proud Glaive tournament would have everybody wanting to come and sell things to you, buy things from you. Doesn't that encourage you?
I just don't see it. I gotta be honest. That's not generally not how this stuff works. I mean, you guys are here adventuring, so yeah, you guys have bought some stuff from me, which is great. I appreciate the business, but typically not a whole lot of people come. It's kind of more basic. So once you guys either are really successful or, well, the worst case scenario, you give up maybe and just leave, it'll be weeks or maybe a couple months until the next group shows up thinking they're going to win in Scarlet Citadel, and then I'll have more business. But nobody just comes here to buy equipment. I'll tell you what, you seem like you really want some armor and you're low on funds, but there's still some time left before the tournament. Isn't there any chance you could get the money? If so, I'd sell you the breastplate for sure. If not, maybe we can come up with a deal on maybe some scale mail.
How much is it?
The breastplate or the scale mail?
Oh,
Scale mail will run about 50 gold pieces. The breastplate's 400.
Well, we did just find a bunch of stuff, and our wizardy friend is identifying what it may be, so we may come into some funds sooner than we realize, but... Krask, do you want it that bad?
I'll find a way to get the money. I like using your gear.
I appreciate that, and I'll help you where I can, but I hope you understand, breastplate's pretty pricey. I can't just let one of those float on out of here.
Okay, Grask will take his leave.
All right, and with that, why don't we go ahead and move over to the Identify tree, as it is now lovingly marked on our map. So, yeah, Renaud, you're essentially looking through these items and seeing if you can determine what this stuff is?
Yeah. I don't know if all of it's magical or not. I don't think I have Detect Magic as one of my rituals yet. No. So, I guess he's just going to have to go through them all one at a time.
Okay, and so this is essentially you have Identify, right?
I do, and I did buy a new pearl.
Okay, so you're ritually casting Identify basically on each item that you have.
Yeah, I guess we'll start with like the liquids first and kind of see where those end up, and then I guess if any of the scrolls actually look kind of arcane in nature, or books, if that can be determined at a glance. I don't know if that's actually a thing.
So I will say you look through them and you're quite confident these are not what you would consider to be like spell scrolls.
Okay.
So it's going to take you a while to go through each of these because I think each casting is like a minute or something, right? Or no,
10?
you're ritually right. So 10 minutes. So you're spending probably a good 2 hours or so here by the Identify tree as you just kind of continually repeat this. But yeah, after those 2 hours, you're able to determine what all of the stuff that you found actually is.
Holy shit. We're rich.
Do we get to know the effects of each of these? Does it identify? Just say the name. I know I'm not there.
Well, you can look them up in the SRD. So, or actually, not all of them, but I'll tell you the ones that aren't there because yes, you do get to know the effects. So the experimental potion at the bottom there, I just read that one, so that one's sticking out to me. So basic idea: experimental potion of invulnerability. So invulnerability, I believe, gives you resistance to slashing, non-magical slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing weapons. But it is experimental, meaning there is also a side effect to it. And that side effect is, for the next hour after drinking it, creature can regain hit points only by drinking potions of healing, not through magic or resting or any other means.
Still.
Potion of diminution, obviously that makes you shrunk. 2 potions of gelatinous form. That's similar to what Elliot had when he did that in the area where he's trying to escape in the trapped section. Potions of greater healing, obviously you guys know what those are. Eye drops of see invisibility, so think of that as that little dropper that you would put in your eyes, and that gives you the spell see invisibility. It would work just like the spell. Dust of somnolence, first level sleep spell, so you basically throw the dust in an area and it creates the effects of a sleep spell. Life preserving salve does exactly what it says there.
Okay. Did you say what was the ooze friendship? They just become your friends? I'm sorry.
So 2 potions of ooze friendship, similar to animal friendship spell, but only oozes are affected.
Got it. Okay. All right. So that's 2 hours of Vernod chanting or whatever he does when he ritually casts that. And I guess if any of the others come back or like kind of hang out, he'll let them know what he's identified so far. And then, yeah, I guess he'll just keep doing that. And then when he's finally done, if there's people around, he'll kind of box everything up and say, who do you think would be the best to sell some of these things to, Ambrosi? We could use them also. I think this will be whenever everyone else has returned.
Okay, fair enough. So
we know. We're just giving him
the silent treatment.
Why are we going to sell them?
Let's make money. I think the money man would like start on his return investment. We don't have to sell everything, but some of these things perhaps.
Well, I mean, a lot of those things kind of sound like, well, I was thinking like maybe you could drink the ooze friendship potion and then drink the gelatinous form potion, and then you could be the ultimate scout. At least for level 2.
That's true. Oh, we could drink one of those, and then the one that you saw right before, in that one room, we could talk to that one, perhaps.
Yeah,
I say we keep the salve.
Yeah, I mean, these all seem like things that we could use to make more money later. Maybe like that solemnance dust or whatever, but like, that could come in handy if we get kidnapped or something.
Fair enough. We can certainly hold on to these things.
Sell them.
Grass is always going to come in with the contrary opinion.
So try to place a little bit of, and this is a little bit of a segue, but to try to place a little bit of like a logical consistency around this stuff as well, what I'm going to say is if you have a potion within quick grasp, meaning like it's literally hanging on your belt, that means you can use an action to drink the potion. Consider you can only have, let's say, 2, right? Think of those as like readied potions, right? Meaning they're hanging on your belt. Somebody can attack them if they want. If you're exposed to like an area of effect, it could destroy them. if you keep them in your backpack, they are quote unquote safe, right? It would take something really extreme, like you getting hit with an earthquake or, drop 30 feet down or something for any chance for them to be destroyed. But at that point, you do need to get them out of your bag before you can have access to drink them. So think you wouldn't be able to do that in one action. So to try to place a little bit of, like I say, consistency around it, does it make sense to everybody?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yep.
We're equally likely to get it all stolen from us.
Yeah.
But I mean,
also-
let's see how much they want to give us for it, and then if it's like enough to pay off the money man, we sell it. You know what I mean? But if it's not worth it, then we keep it.
Right. I don't know how much Ambrosi or his sister would be willing to pay for some of these things. I think whatever that merchant's name that had come through here at one point, he would probably be more interested in some of these things. But we can ask.
No, you don't want to trust that guy. Trust me. You don't want to trust him at all.
Well, I understand we need to make money for the money man, but just a couple of clarifying points. First, he didn't ask for like a specific, time, really. And it's only been a couple of days. So he really wouldn't expect us to have 14,000 gold in just a couple of days. I mean, that might actually put us in a bad position because then he'd be like, whoa, do you want another loan kind of thing,
I don't think he wanted all of it back, but I do distinctly recall him saying that he expected a return to start before we went to the tournament.
Yeah, so look, I understand wanting to sell some of it, but look, we got 2 potions of ooze friendship and 2 potions of gelatinous form. Like, those 2 things we're not going to really need outside of level 2, so if we clear level 2 and we don't need those potions, then we know we can sell them. But, getting really small, that could help for getting in between, like, one of those arrow slits on level 3, if somebody gets stuck in a trap. Then you got healing potions, you got see invisibility, which will help against those damn dogs that really effed us up. And then,
and against the little gnome bastard, probably.
yeah, and, sleepy stuff, that could always come in handy, especially if we need to rob somebody or, something more noble. So I see it as a chance for us to use these things to make more money. I mean, that little gnome, he's bound to have some magical things on him that are worth a pretty penny, I'm sure. Same with the lady. Look, there was another room full of potions that we didn't even get to because of that ooze. Plus, we got all these damn books. We still haven't even checked on what those are worth. There's a historian or something, I'm sure, who would love them.
Oh, we should go and talk to... What's her name? Arg. Where's my note?
Matilda? What's her name?
We should see if Matilda is interested in any of these. I don't think they quite match what she had mentioned specifically on things that she would be able to draw essence out of, but these may still have some historical value she would be interested in. Although most of them I don't think she can read, so maybe not.
Well, that was just those notes, right? Those books may be different, but the notes and the research and stuff, we could try to decipher that on our own, but we've got 250 pounds of books. First of all, if that was my library and somebody stole all my books, God, I'd be so pissed. Can you imagine that, coming back and all your books are gone?
She's going to be very pissed off at this.
I don't think Matilda is going to want this stuff, though, because she told us it was going to be, like, almost obvious if they're her special kind of thing.
Adam, can I pull a couple... Sorry, Volt. Go ahead.
She is a historian, though. She may care.
Or know somebody who does, Can I pull a couple books out, Adam? Do they look like, are they in common or readable languages? Or are they still in that weird coded language?
Everything of writing that you took from that room is in this strange coded language.
Jeez, even all of the books? Goodness gracious.
Yes.
Hey, Renaud, do you have... I almost called you Ranvon. Wow, what a flashback.
Ranvon, who is that?
God, that was the saddest end story ever. Alright, side note. But, Renaud, do you have like a comprehend language spell or tongues or something like that?
No. If we were to find a scroll that I could transcribe that, I could easily cast it. But at the moment, I do not possess anything like that. It also may make sense to Hugo had to go run an errand, but maybe when he is finished, he can take a look at these and see if he can how quickly it would take to crack the code.
Yeah, I'll be right back. And he's just running to get a replacement Book of Halen because the little greenskin guys took it.
And Book of Halen, is this essentially like a holy symbol or something more specific?
No, it's like the holy book that the priestess of Halen gave to him to study.
Oh, right, your primer.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, you can easily get another one of those.
He's sort of embarrassed by it, so I just want to tell everyone he's getting a religious book. But he sneaks off and tries to get a new one and then comes back.
Okay, yeah, so Hugo, you return, have that safely tucked away in your backpack.
All right, let me take a look at these scribblings. And Hugo will investigate the writings, see if there's any kind of cipher you can find anywhere, and like compare it to the writings that he also found with the gnome stuff, and see if it makes any sense.
So the thing that you're absolutely confident about is that you're not going to be able to crack this cipher in any short period of time. But go ahead and give me a blind check to see if you can gauge how complicated or how long something like this may be. So you're fairly confident that this is something that would take you months to actually try to unravel. The combination of these mathematical and alchemical symbols are so complex that it would literally require months of going through and just, 8 hours every day doing these over and over, trying to find patterns before you think you'd have any chance of cracking it.
This person's a paranoid obsessive. I don't think I'm going to be able to get into whatever they're writing here. Even if we did get into it, we might not be able to understand it.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Hey, we stole it from that person. You said she was a bad lady or something, so she doesn't have it at least. That must piss her off.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, but she does know that it was us who took it, so that is interesting.
All right, well,
maybe we could hold it ransom for her. Give us all your stuff and we'll give you back your research, or whatever this shit is.
Maybe we use it as a trap, right? We burn a bunch of it and draw her out.
There may still be some value in these books, but there would be a delayed sort of investment with them. Maybe we could store them here at the tavern, and Hugo, as time goes on, when you have free time, work on it. Or maybe we all work on it some.
No, I'm not spending months. This would take me months to go through this stuff. If I even had a chance at all. I got better things to do with my time, Renaud. Please.
Hugo needs to work on his body already.
All right, all right.
Renaud hides his smirk at that little jab, and then he says, one other thought. Perhaps we take them with us to Proudglaive when we go to the tournament. Perhaps there is someone willing to purchase them and invest the time needed to glean some secrets from them. An alchemist there selling their wares.
I know you guys want to go to Proudglaive, but there's a high chance I may get arrested if we go there.
Yeah, we probably should be careful of that if Elliot's wanted there, and maybe, we could skip it, or, but, yeah.
If I remember correctly, Hugo, I think you were skipping town as well. Just about the same time as me, so are you welcome back?
Yeah, of course. I'm always welcome in Proudglaive, but, better safe than sorry.
I mean,
That's where the tournament is.
yeah, I hear you, Grask.
I say we dress them up.
Well, that's a ways away. We can figure out whether we're going or we aren't going or what we're doing, a little bit later. But I mean, I feel like the person who wants this writing the most out of anybody is the person that wrote it. So if we can get any value out of that, let's do it. Otherwise, we'll keep it or something like that. Try to sell it.
Let's store them in one of our rooms for now, and then take one of the books with us when we return, and perhaps we can cajole something out of her.
Now, I like that plan. Never knew you were a blackmailer, Renaud.
Not really, but I think this is perhaps the best way to get any value out of them that I can think of right now.
It's fine with me. I need an ale and a good night's rest. Are we going back tomorrow? Or, Grass, do you need to wait for your axe?
It won't be ready till tomorrow.
And then we can go once your axe is ready.
And we need to sell some of these potions.
All right, let's get a drink, and you people that are good at bartering, find out what this stuff is worth.
Alrighty, you guys make your way over to the Cage Inn and Tavern.
Do we know how many eye drops and the eye drops of see invisibility there are?
So essentially, it's like a potion. It's a single use.
Okay. Can we just show the writ to the barkeep and get drinks on a moneyman credit?
You could, yeah. I mean, getting drinks is pretty cheap. So if each of you wants a drink, assume it would be like a silver piece for one drink for everybody. So as you guys enter the tavern here, you can notice that there is a few people around. It's not nearly as busy as it was the last time you were here. You don't spot the money man in his typical spot. You do recall him saying he was going to be around, but it seems like he's not right here at the moment. You do notice Ambrosi behind the counter, so I assume you guys sort of sidle up to one of the booths that you're normally at and make your way inside?
Yeah.
All right. You guys find your way to a seat, and before too long, get the attention of a waitress who brings you all over some ales, setting them in front of you. If there's anything in particular you guys are wanting to do here, like speak with Ambrosi or anything else, now is the time.
To test the waters, I think Renaud is going to go and he'll just take a few of the potions and go up to Ambrosi and try and engage him with seeing if he can figure out a price for some of them.
Sure. All right. So to try to fast track this a little bit, which one specifically are you trying to get prices on?
I think I'll try one of the potions of gelatinous form, and let's just see what the potion of diminution would go for.
Alrighty, folks, we're back into it on the second half of our session here. We'll get the group back over to the Cage Tavern and Inn. All right, so Renaud, you're actively involved in conversations with Ambrosi about some of these items. So one of the ones that you mentioned was the potion of gelatinous form. So after he did a little bit of testing himself on this, he indicates that to the right buyer, so basically somebody that is interested, he could see getting thousands of gold for this, somewhere in the 2, 3, maybe even 4,000 gold, but he would have to find the correct buyer in order to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, Renaud will nod. Maybe his eyes go a little wide when he says thousands. And then he'll say, listen, we have 2 of these. Why don't you hold on to this one? And if you find someone, you can sell it to them. And then we will take the cut. And if the person is interested and we haven't used it to escape certain death, we will have another one that they could buy at that time too.
He looks at you as you say this and puts a hand like towards his chin for a moment and then nods. Yes, I can do that. I'll take it.
All right. So this way is Renaud's way of kind of going both sides so that we sell a little bit, but we also keep a little bit so we're not completely throwing away things.
Now that I know how much it's worth, though, I'm team sell both.
I'd rather us hold on to one of them because I did totally save Dylan's life with it in that last time. So let's keep one. If we make 1,000 or whatever gold off of this one, and we haven't used the other one, when that happens, we can see if he wants to get the other one too. Did he look at the diminution, or was it? What was it? Yeah, I think I just wanted a price on the diminution one.
Yes, go ahead and give me another blind check on that one.
Hold on.
You notice he sort of looks at it, does his own little quick test here once again, kind of does this kind of thought-provoking thing. I could probably get 1,000 gold for this one.
All right. Let me go and confer with my companions real quick, just to see. But thank you for giving me these prices. Just be a moment, Ambrosi.
He nods.
Yeah, Adam. I guess is that assuming that's what we would get after Ambrosi takes his cut?
Yes,
Ambrosi.
he's giving you your prices.
Okay, got it. So I'll just go back to the group. I left one of the potions with Ambrosi to see if he can find a buyer. He said he was willing to offer 1,000 gold for the mixed small potion. What do you think?
1,000's a lot.
It is. But also, how can you put the price tag on being small when you need to get somewhere small inside of a dungeon full of death? I don't know.
All that makes me really want to do is go back down there and get the rest of those things we left behind in that other room.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. If they're worth this much.
We could clear our debt that quickly. That'd be nice.
Why don't I'll go and leave with this with him as well, and if he finds a buyer for it outright, then great.
Will he not just buy? He won't just buy him straight out.
Did he say he was going to buy them straight out, or was he going to find a buyer for them?
He said in order to get the best price, he would have to find a buyer. You're under the impression the fact that he took the gelatinous form from one you won, he's certainly willing to handle them or hold on to them if he can find the deal, and then make the deal at that point.
So I think Renaud explains that as far as he understands. Yes, the consignment, I think. So I will leave this one with him as well, and then we still have the others that we kept. I have a feeling that selling them for the best price will be a bit piecemeal, so perhaps we not saturate the market, so to speak.
Sell them.
He's going to Grask. Just over the course of some time.
Right. He'll nod again at Grask, like, okay, I'm going to we'll sell this eventually, and he'll go and bring the potion back to Ambrosi to hold on to, and he'll say, we have a few others that we're going to hold on to for now because they may yet prove useful, but when you finally find a buyer for some of these, let us know, and perhaps at that point we can see if they are interested in anything we have left. We also are going to hopefully return with more things on the morrow.
You notice he nods and then leans in a little bit closer and says, if I speak with the money man and he's willing to knock debt off for these, is that something you're interested in, or is this on the side?
I think that would be acceptable. Having money in pocket is good, but also having him not breathing down our necks perhaps is better.
He nods his head. It's good to know. He might give you top price, so I'll see what I can find.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Ambrosi. You are a service to us all.
He nods again as you're kind of standing there and I sort of just start walking away.
So he'll go back to the table.
Okay, guys, so you've done a lot of wheeling and dealing here in town. You got some things that are obviously potentially of quite value, and to avoid you guys having to continue doing like more of a shopping type episode, I can also let you know that the materials that you found, if you're wanting to hold on to them to study them, obviously you certainly can do that, though you know it's going to take a long time in order to do that. If you're willing to sell all of these books, scrolls, and notes, all the stuff that you basically found inside of the lab, as again, through Ambrosi, he'll try to hook you up with a buyer. He will let you know that he thinks all of that stuff together could fetch potentially another 1,000 gold from like a wizard's college.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, let's get it out of us.
What are we gonna do with it? It makes no sense.
We're gonna try and extort the lady, but I mean honestly, she's gonna try and kill us the first time we run into her again. So.
Yeah, 1,000 is worth more than that, I think.
But don't you think the knowledge is worth more than that?
No. Yes. If I was playing the wizard, I would totally be like, no, we have to study all of these. But
No.
That impressed.
So keep in mind, he won't give you the gold right now, but he will find a buyer for you and then, make the transaction. So again, assuming you're okay that this might be the money man, because obviously the money man's got money, man. So he will see what he can find out and then let you know.
I just kind of want the money man to start yelling at us and say, "Where's the money, Lebowski?"
I mean, we are in debt 14,000 gold. So anything we put towards that is good in my book.
Right. I concur.
I think we should go get more potions.
Yes. When we'll sleep, and then we go back in, we get as many potions as we can, kill our way through, and get rich.
Real quick, Hugo, or Noah, I should say, what rituals does Hugo have in his spell book?
Not many. Let me double check. Because evocation wizard, I don't have many ritual spells.
Sure, sure. It's mainly I just wanted to double check before I actually got any or started buying any. Not that I have a lot of money right now to do it, but I didn't want to get the same ones that you already got.
Yep. I don't have a single ritual spell.
Okay. I won't. Again, I don't really have any money right now, but next time through, if we make some coin, maybe I'll try and find some. Okay, that's it. Carry on.
So we're gonna sleep and then we're gonna go back, right? Go get some more things to sell. That was a pretty good run.
Yeah. Very successful, guys.
Oh, Renan almost said no one died, but then he remembered or fell down the thing before we were even done. So never mind, he doesn't say that.
I'm gonna go get some rest. And tomorrow we're gonna go get the rest of those potions.
All right, unless there's anything specific anybody's trying to accomplish here, I can assume that you guys have slept through the night and apply a long rest for you guys in the morning. Okay, hearing nothing specific, we will assume that has occurred. So group, you have gotten your long rest as you sleep here. You will say with all these deals that you've done with Ambrosi, he's happy to throw you guys free room and board for the night, as he knows he's going to make quite a nice cut on some of the stuff that you guys have done. You all do get your long rest. However, Elliot, can you go ahead and give me a blind check?
I knew something was coming.
Okay, you sleep through the night very peacefully, comfortably, dreaming of plums and sweet wine, and everything seems just fine.
Do I get my strength back at this point?
Remind me what you lost strength from.
I believe it was one of those shadow ghost things.
Then yes, you definitely do. So as a quick reminder, that is toggled over in the gear cog section. Just remove that penalty from the attribute section, and then you should be all set.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. So it is the morning. Everybody is successfully rested and is prepped and ready to go.
We leveled up.
Not quite, no.
Level 9 now, right?
That'd be a pretty big jump.
Is there
One
a potion
thing
of level?
Hugo is going to swap out Toll the Dead for Firebolt.
Okay, and I always forget the new rules. With cantrips, that's something you can do on a rest now?
Yeah, so when you finish the long rest and consult those formulas in your spell book, you can replace one wizard cantrip with another cantrip from the wizard spell list.
Okay, perfect. Then that is done.
A lot of those things were they didn't like they didn't care about the necrotic damage, so whatever that is.
Fire. That will work, I'm sure.
When Grask wakes up, he'll go and hang outside the blacksmith until his weapon's ready. He doesn't know if it's going to be ready right at the crack of dawn, but he'll just stand around until it is.
Fair enough. Yeah, so it takes her a little bit longer. So when you arrive, she kind of gives you that nod like, yeah, I'm doing it. And about an hour later, she has it fully done and brings it out to you. You realize that where the significant damage to the blade has occurred, big holes and that sort of thing, she's essentially reinforced it with steel, and it looks as though all of the edges are still silver, but the body, or the filler, you might say, is more like steel. As you are somewhat familiar with weapons and you appraise this, you realize, wow, this is not ideal. You don't think this is going to affect the effectiveness of the blade. Seemingly, enough of the silver was retained that it still is treated as a silvered weapon.
Great work, as always.
She gives you a nod and sort of looks you up and down before she hands it over to you. You see she holds it with one hand, like really showing the muscles off that she's built here. But with all this work she's doing, her hand does waver a little bit as she's handing it over to you.
Pick it up, give it a swing. Good balance. Thank you. And I'll depart.
All right. Okay, guys, anything else in town you're doing before we have you guys making your way back to the Scarlet Citadel?
Can we really quickly split up the potions that we have left over, guys? Because, like Adam said, we can either keep them on our belt or keep them in our bag, but if we all keep them on one person, they might not be as effective. So maybe splitting them up, that way if somebody gets caught in a trap, they have their own way out instead of someone having to save them.
Or if somebody falls down a hole and then you lose all of them.
Exactly, yeah. So what did we give away there?
One potion of gelatinous form, one potion of smallness, and then we have the rest of everything else still on us.
Okay, well, that's 2 potions of greater healing. Let's start there. Who doesn't have a healing potion right now? Because we bought 3 last time. So who doesn't have one? All
I
right,
don't have
well,
anything to heal. Well, I don't want to burn key to heal, so.
well, let's give Mei a greater healing potion.
Thanks, guys.
Technically, Renaud doesn't, but he's like he can heal things, including himself. So
Diminution.
Yeah, but this may come in handy because last time you got down to not a colada, right?
Fair.
So that would mean that all 5 of us would have a healing potion of some sort, right?
I don't have one, but that's okay. I'm gonna try to be in the back.
Well, why don't you take that life-preserving salve then, Hugo?
Well,
It's-
I was hoping that our new friend could take it because she seems real quick.
That is true.
I can move around, but if you're going to be in the back, then you might be more likely to be standing.
And if she's up front with us attacking, I've got the healer's kit too, so we've already got one close to the front. So I think it might go good with you.
All right, I'll take it.
And good.
I've got a regular healing potion. Trade with me.
Yes. Sounds good. Here, take this creator, and I will take your regular.
Renaud, while we're at it, I think you should keep the eye drops of invisibility for seeing. I just feel like those would probably be good in your hands. You'd know when to use them best.
Yes, and if anything, I would be able to strike from a distance when I finally identify whatever the hell is invisible.
And since Grask and I are always up front, I think me and him should take one of the potions of ooze friendship each, just in case.
All right, so guys, do me a favor. In your character sheet, in the treasure section on the bio tab, put on belt, and then whatever's on your belt. So just make it real easy to read. On belt, one line. Next line, potion of blah. Second line, potion of blah. So maximum 2 potions on belt. And like I say, keep in mind those are at risk at that point, but they're easily accessible for you. Anything not listed there, we're going to assume is in your backpack.
Can I put the eye drops as a thing on my belt?
Sure, yeah. So think of this as like 2 quick ready slots, as long as the things are small and roughly potion size.
Could I do like a charge of the healer's kit? Would that count?
Yeah, I think that's appropriate. Same thing here, I would say, with like a torch. I mean, anything that you want readily available within, quick grasp. I think you've got like 2 quick slots, if you want to think of it in sort of like video game terms.
If this is Diablo 4, then we should be able to put like 40 health potions on our belt.
I know all the games, man. I swear, like they all built these days where you just quaff potions all day to live, and it's like, oh, so boring.
I always think about WoW when you got like 12 slots, but they're all potion slots. I'm like, really, man? They're just jingling around in there while you're running around fighting demons. That doesn't make any sense.
Games should have a potion slot and then like next to it an empty belly that fills up as you drink too many.
Do you know how there's like those ammunition belts that are worn like over the shoulder and across the chest?
Yeah.
Can May wear all of her darts that way? Just like strapped across the front?
Sure, yeah, and that's the correct term
Or
Hugo's
most
got
of
for you
them.
there is bandolier. So yeah, if you
Yeah,
if you
bandolier.
have one of those, absolutely. If you don't, you can pick one up here in the Village of Red Tower. Probably cost you a gold piece, right? Not particularly expensive. And yeah, you could probably have, I would say, 20 darts on that. So as long as you don't go through 20 in one battle, then between battles you would just refill it. So yeah, that works.
Perfect.
All right, just to recap real quick. Grask and I each have a potion of ooze friendship. I think Renaud should keep the potion of gelatinous form, the eye drops of invisibility, and the dust. Renaud, Grask and Mei have the potions of greater healing, and then Hugo has the life-preserving salve. Is that right?
Yep, that's what I got.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
I'll keep the ooze form one in my bag. Did you say the who's got the sleep one?
You do
Yeah.
for now.
Oh, Hugo does.
No, you do.
Okay.
You got that one in the invisible eye drops.
Right. Okay. Got it.
All right. I think we're ready.
Does anybody want to buy my torches? I don't need them.
Yeah, keep them just in case, I think.
Okay.
All right, guys. So we are gonna, and again, unless there's anything in particular, we're gonna kind of fast track this a little bit. You guys make your way out of the Village of Red Tower here, having gotten your rest. Make your way the few-hour trip back to the Scarlet Citadel, and then I assume you're heading right back to the second floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Boom! Super fast track. You guys are there.
Oh, we actually fast traveled to past this trap.
Oh no, I've got to put you right before the trap. You know how that goes. I'm going to assume, being that you guys have come down this way pretty frequently, that each time you come down, you're resetting the trap and, essentially setting it, making it go off, and then it's essentially, unless something crazy happens, you're not going to have any risk of being hit by it.
That is exactly what we
All right.
Yeah, sending one person down to do it alone too. So if it does go off, it's just one person.
It's just Renaud who dies.
You guys see as we're walking that Elliot, once he draws the flail, he kind of accidentally hits himself in the back of the arm sometimes with it because he's still getting used to it.
There was another storage room.
That one definitely had a ooze inside of it, so
Oh, you can be friends with the oozes now.
I could be, yes. Do we want to do that, or we're in pretty good shape now? Maybe we don't worry about this one.
Maybe if we see a really, really, really big one like last time.
I'll be ready. I'm shutting this door up here, Adam.
Okay.
Can we tell if there's been any disturbances in here since we've come and gone?
Blind check as you scan around the room, looking for any signs of change. No, you're quite confident there's been no movement in this room at all.
All right. Let's see what new trouble we can get into.
All right. Weapons ready.
Are you sure we don't want to use the potion? Oh, all right.
No, we sell them.
Oh, Grask.
Grask, as you step out to there, I'm going to ask for a blind check quickly to see if you might happen to spot this. You do not. Unfortunately, the first spot you make of this as this orangish ooze is dropping from the ceiling right atop of you.
What if it rolls real bad though? Oh, never mind.
That's probably some good ASMR.
5 hours of slime dropping.
All right, so as it drops down upon you, taking you by surprise here, Grask. Elliot, you're sort of coming around the corner, no real chance to spot it at this time, and obviously everybody else is significantly behind. So yeah, so Grask, as this falls upon you, I will need a defensive roll to see if you can manage to evade this. You do indeed. Go ahead and roll a fumble melee. All right, the ooze essentially laps down on the ground right next to you now. So it is essentially, in the same square you can think of it as, being next to you. That is counted as its strike. And then Mei would be surprised. Grask, you were surprised. Your turn ends. You no longer are. Same with Elliot. Same with Sebastian. Same with Renard. Same with Hugo. And now it is the creature's turn a second time. And it is going to try to strike you once again, Grask. This time it does manage to strike into you as it's part of its body smashes out, hitting into you for a total of 13 damage and a con save. All right, as it hits into you, scalding your flesh, this strange feeling runs through you. We then move to Mei, who is next.
I feel like May is like, where's Grask? Because I presume he's underneath the...
So Grask is standing,
There
and
he
the
is.
ooze is underneath his legs, like he's trying to avoid it at this point. Yeah, it's all circling around him, maybe.
Okay. I say, get in here! Grass is in trouble! And, I could try to throw a dart at it,
Okay.
see what happens. Don't really want to touch it.
Yes, that dart will indeed connect. The dart slaps into the creature, piercing in. Hard to tell how effective it is.
Okay, well, we'll just do that again then.
Second dart flies. Not difficult to hit this creature. Yeah, it connects. Same as before. Yeah, it punctures in through like this orangey, gooey material. Hard to say what it's doing.
What's that +3?
If you had crit, that would have been the crit damage.
Oh, I see. Well, May's like, what do we do?
You whack it till it unoozes.
All right, Grask.
Okay, you described this as scalding. Is that like a burning or like a melting?
Neither. It's more like it's more like a corruption. Let's call it that way. So it's not necessarily a heat. It's like a feels wrong hurt.
Can I tell if I swing my newly repaired weapon at this thing, is it going to break right away?
You notice that when the darts that were thrown by Mei into the creature struck the creature, they are still there inside of the creature and do not look like they're dissolving.
Cool. I can move off its space just fine, right?
Are you asking, will it get an opportunity attack if you step away?
I guess I wouldn't know if its range is 0, but
Correct.
or do I attack at disadvantage? Oh, sorry, I'm not trying to do that. Do I attack at disadvantage if I attack while it's on my space?
You would, I mean, because this is an ooze, I'm going to say no. Normally, yes, you'd have to squeeze, but because it's small and amorphous, then no.
Okay, well, there's no reason for me to actually move then. So I'm going to rage and then smack it. Let me click some toggles here. This one's just with rage. Oh, sorry. I guess I should pick an aura here. I'll do. The sea and tundra always mix me up because I always think they sound so similar. I'm gonna do tundra, so 3 temp HP to me and to May.
Okay.
Elliot's out of range, and then I'll swing.
You slash down into the creature and notice that as you strike it with a melee attack, some of the body of this ooze splashes back at you. You will suffer 2 necrotic damage, and I will need a Constitution saving throw. All right, and go ahead and post your damage for the axe. Your blade chops into it, and you notice as it does, this creature is resistant to your slashing damage.
Well, how bad could that be? I already don't have a shadow, so what's... Let's just make these attacks count if I hit. So I'm going to Great Weapon Master it.
Okay. That'll do a trick for sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll a melee crit. Slashing crit, I guess. Okay, true crit. Go ahead and post that.
Womp womp.
Doing some quick math. Okay, yeah. So once again, it is going to splash back at you for 7 points of necrotic damage and another con save.
Okay, so the first I didn't move my health bar because of the temp HP, but that's going to hit me for 6.
Okay.
And there's the con save.
Okay. And you notice as you slash into the creature with a mighty blow, separating it completely in half, it seems to just flatten out and remain completely still as the creature is destroyed. And guys, we are out of combat.
Heck yeah.
Nice, Grask.
But I got a bad feel from that last splash on me.
You got a bad feel each time it splashed on you, for sure, yeah.
Are all of the potions still on the ground here, Adam?
No, surprisingly, Elliot, as you look around, you don't see these things that were there before.
It's not too surprising. She came back and got all of her stuff. Can I just do a quick once-over of everything in the room?
You can. Blind check, please. As you do a quick once-over in this room, you realize that there is actually, apparently, a secret door on the south wall here. You notice that there's sort of this outline, and there would be, yes, so you notice it there. There is like a latch to it, so you have an idea of where it's at. You're not quite sure how to open it yet, but you definitely know it's there.
Here we go. Right here. This is probably how she got away so fast last time.
I thought she ran around this corner.
We watched her fly down the hallway.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well then, there's something over here. There's a door.
Let's see what it opens out to.
I don't see a handle or anything. Maybe crowbar might help. There might be a latch or mechanism around here somewhere.
Yep, so you do see a latch, but it's kind of strangely positioned, and you're not quite sure how to open it. But you're pretty sure if you examine the latch, spend a little bit of time here, you'll be able to figure it out.
I'll investigate. And sorry, I might have missed this. What are we seeing in this room?
Only what you see on the screen. So previously, there were these glass vials, crystal boxes, steel canisters, and porcelain urns that Elliot started bringing out to the east part of the room before the ooze struck. And then you guys quickly got out of there, closed the door. So when you came back in, all that stuff he had piled up there is gone.
So are these do these all seem to be empty or?
These barrels and crates and things?
Yeah.
You guys haven't looked through them yet.
Do you guys want me to open this door or should we poke around in here first?
Let's open the door first, I think.
Okay. What do I roll to?
You won't need to make any roll here, so you're spending some time, as it's been pointed out to you now, Mei, just kind of investigating this, sort of looking around. You realize, again, it takes you maybe a minute or so, and you realize, yep, this is indeed a secret door, and you pretty much know where the latch is and how you have to turn it and interact with it for it to work.
Watch the ceiling as you advance. The last one fell.
The wall that the door's at is this one? Oh, okay.
Had to
there it
reveal
is.
it as it was a secret door.
I see it.
Right, you guys ready for this to be opened?
Ready.
Don't be shy, Sebastian.
I am using my bow. I did not want to be too close, but perhaps I could be here.
What's the orange tint on these folks?
Orange.
We have lights. We have light
yes.
spells cast on us.
Yes, that is
cool.
correct.
Neat. Okay.
And actually, Sebastian's, I feel like, came from Hugo, because he doesn't do light on his own. So, Hugo, if you have light, I'll just go ahead and take Sebastian's off.
Okay. Hugo, he's going to keep it on himself.
What can you see, Elliot?
I put mine on Elliot.
Well, my Elliot cast it on himself, so if there's an extra light around, then you can say you cast it on Sebastian. But
I mean, that's what I meant. I cast it on Sebastian.
All right, fair enough. I'll give that back to him.
all right, Adam, I'm going to carefully step through the doorway here, but I know my token's right here, but I want to kind of feel with my foot and make sure, maybe eye the ground, make sure there's no trip wires or trap doors or anything.
That's
Can I
in
do
the
that?
square that you're in right now?
Yeah, sorry, I want to inspect that square.
So essentially, you're kind of still not in the room and you're inspecting that square.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like in the door frame, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, go ahead and give me a blind check.
Sorry, I got a little rambunctious with my arrow key, but
That is okay. So you search around this area looking for anything out of the ordinary, anything strange, but no, you don't find anything.
all right. I'm going to turn around and I'll say, well, if I die, remember me for having a full head of luscious hair. Yeah.
As you step into the room, Elliot, gloop, you realize you have just stepped into something that you did not see that was mostly transparent. It's a big cube of goo.
Glad I got to say my parting words.
Gonna burn the last few hairs off the top of your head, too.
No more Hulk Hogan from me.
All right, and as you step into this very strange thing, we will move into initiative order. All right, and Sebastian starts the turn. He is going to, let's see, let me unlock tokens. He will step to here and take a shot at the cube, trying not to hit Elliot. Yeah, that arrow strikes true into the cube. A pretty large cube, hard to miss, and smacks into it, wounding it. And next up is Hugo.
Hugo shakes his head. Another friendship wasted. You could have been friends with this one, too. He's gonna firebolt it.
I thought Hugo was just saying that because of Elliot. Yeah, exactly, Adam.
Yes, that will certainly connect, Hugo. The fire burns the cube here, and you can see it starting to like sizzle and things as Elliot is stuck in the middle.
Can I try to telekinetically pull him out?
You can try, yeah. So go ahead and make a telekinetic check. Yes, you managed to extract him through telekinetic force.
Let's kill this thing.
Okay, so based on the timing of this, think of this as you're basically just starting to step into this, Elliot. You're starting to feel it, and you just get yanked right back out telekinetically. So you weren't fully in it at the moment you got yanked out.
Shoo. Okay. Well, let's try. He's gonna like swing the flail around a little bit, and he say, "Okay, let's try it." And he's gonna take 2 smacks at the big cube.
Okay,
Oh, still on GM.
that one will hit though.
Lame.
Okay, you smash into it, wounding it. That'll hit as well. Okay, yeah, you smashed into it twice. As your flail smashes in, you notice it quiver and wavers like a big bowl of jello.
Leave and close the door if there's nothing in there.
Sorry, I was just updating my AC because I'm gonna scoot back. I know it may take an attack of opportunity, but I'm gonna do it.
It will indeed, yeah, defensive roll.
Okie dokie.
You notice this little part of it sort of stretches out, but you evade it as you step backwards.
And I'll shut the door.
Okay, door is shut. Is there anybody doing anything immediately, or can we essentially end combat here? It does not look like the creature is trying to come out.
Is there anything in there?
You mean other than the cube?
Yes. Or was I suppose there wasn't anything in the cube itself.
Not worth fighting that thing for.
It must be guarding something.
Oh my gosh.
It's behind a secret door. Why else would it be there?
I was just about to pull you out, I swear.
Oh, I mean, what? Do you want to just open the door and take some pot shots at it and see if we can kill it?
Yeah. It's guarding something, I tell you.
Look over at Grask.
Maybe she uses the ooze friendship potions to tell her, hey, get out of the way, I gotta get to my treasure or something like that.
Oh. Should we do that?
We're gonna end up using these $1,000 potions on a room that's gonna get us $20 or something.
I'm saying we don't use it. I'm saying maybe the other lady does that with them. I don't know.
Well, look, here's my thing. We know the cube's in there. We don't necessarily, I mean, we could try to hit it a few times, but it could do a lot of things. It could hurt us. It might be able to squeeze through the door, finally decide to attack us, but right now it's behind the door. We know it's there. We know the door's there. But if we go and we clear out this level, you know, make sure there's no other bad guys, then we come back. And we also, you know...
We always say we'll come back, and then one of us dies, and we all have to run at the moment's notice.
Yeah, maybe so, but do you want to potentially die now, just trying to figure something out that...
I think we can kill it easy. It can't move out. Let's open the door and shoot it, and then see what happens. Anyways, that's my vote. If anyone...
I can keep shoving it back in every time it tries to come out.
So we're kind of in a quasi-turn order, kind of not. So I guess I'll just look for a vote here. Does the group want to open the door and try to pummel this thing with ranged attacks and see what happens?
I vote yes to that.
Renaud will vote yes to that.
I vote come back later.
Grask, I think. What's your vote?
If you can kill it safely, then go ahead. But he's gonna stand aside here, because he doesn't have much to do.
Okay, fair enough. So the pummel it from range wins here. And what I'll say, you guys are able to discover that because of the size of this creature, it actually cannot get out of this room. So between spells and I will assume you guys don't bother wasting ammunition. So between like firebolting and Eldritch Blast kind of thing, you're able to defeat this creature in, we'll say, 3 rounds.
Every time Renaud blasts an Eldritch Blast, he yells it, Eldritch Blast!
Oh boy, you got our anime character.
I don't think you need to do that, Renaud. I don't say.
That's how this spell works?
Yeah.
All right, it's fine.
It's the price for that he has to pay.
Yeah. You made some kind of dark pack, huh?
Alright, well, Adam, I'll spend some time trying to go across the corners and around the room, see if I can find anything.
So as you
Yeah.
enter
Yeah.
this room and notice this creature is destroyed, you notice it sort of sizzles, it fades, it kind of leaks into the ground, spreads out. Anybody that may be familiar with these creatures, they're somewhat common. At least one of you probably recognize this as what's known as a gelatinous cube. You notice that they are dangerous, right? Because their bodies are made of like an acidic material. But you notice again, once it's been destroyed, this one does indeed sort of fade away, or the liquid of it kind of seeps into the ground. When it does, and as it's doing so, almost like a big ice cube melting kind of thing, you realize many of those same things that you grabbed before, Elliot, were actually inside of this cube. So some glass vials, crystal boxes, steel canisters, and porcelain urns.
Let's fill our backpacks.
Aren't you glad we took care of this?
It's a treasure cube.
So I hear Mei say she wants to basically stuff her backpack with all the stuff in here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you can add 40 pounds of, let's call them P components. The letter P and then components.
And then, yeah, I mean, Hugo will help Elliot if Elliot's looking for any other secret doors or anything like that in here.
Yeah, maybe like a loose cobblestone or anything.
Sure. Yeah, Elliot, go ahead and give me a blind check. And are you, Hugo, proficient in investigation?
No, I'm not.
All right, so you try to aid Elliot, but it looks like he kind of knows what he's doing here a little bit better. And the stuff that you're trying to point, maybe he's already gone over those areas. But yeah, you search this room very thoroughly, Elliot, and you're pretty confident that there is nothing else in addition here.
Hugo just repeats what Elliot says and tries to nod along with him to impress the new hedgehog.
Renaud, search these grains with me.
Yeah, Renaud was thinking that before Grask even said it, so he's gonna help Grask look around.
And this is like opening barrels and crates and finding out what's inside?
Yeah.
Unless they move at all, and I think that they might have ooze in them, which is a fear Grask has.
You don't
Not
think
fear,
so?
but
Yeah, you don't think so. But as you're opening the stuff, you do notice that there is preserved meat and fish, root vegetables, hard bread, some water, some wine, and some other miscellaneous supplies, none of which looks remarkable.
we're rich.
Boxes over by me. Same stuff.
Yes, that is the contents of this room between the barrels. So yeah, pretty much you can think of the barrels as holding the wine and the water, and then the crates are more of your preserved meats and so forth.
May takes little fistfuls and stuffs them into her pockets of food and bread.
There was some sort of
Okay.
prepper down here.
I'm gonna bring the whole crate when we leave.
There's more barrels over here if you want to search those.
Just keep our eyes peeled for that gnome.
Yeah,
Watch the ceiling.
I got it.
May these look, as you look through them, kind of knock on them, you pop open the top, these look to all contain water.
Anybody thirsty?
I'm good right now. Maybe later.
I assume my water skin's already full because we just
came
left
from
town.
town, yeah.
All right, you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Maybe if we need to wash out some ooze or something, we can use them.
Nope. Nobody in this hallway, huh? And is this a cave in here?
It looks to be, yeah. It looks like maybe there was a tunnel there at one time that has since collapsed.
I inspect this door. Any kind of traps or anything like that on it, Adam?
Line
Is
check.
it locked also?
It is not locked, but as you're inspecting it here, you don't find anything out of the ordinary and realize that it could just be open normally.
All right, everybody ready? Sebastian.
Ready.
No, he's got the right idea. I'm with you, Sebastian.
Okay, so Elliot, as you open this door, you notice some of these green flying creatures, and as the door opens, you hear like a, "Ah, there they are!" And from the other part of the room, you hear, "Kill them! They stole my stuff!"
Who is this?
It's the lady we told you about.
We stole our things.
You know, some of these stories, we sound like the bad guys.
All right, guys. So the quickest one to react is the little creature right in front. And this one is going to fly forth to here. And as it does, you're going to notice as it's moving towards you all, it has this sort of inhale type of a gesture, and suddenly it exhales this cone of dust that seems to cover all of you. I will need each of you 3. So let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, so that's the way this door is open. Yep, so I would say each of the 3 of you to give me a dexterity saving throw. Okay, each of you manages to succeed on this and block your eyes before any negative effects would happen to you. And we move to Elliot.
All right, as I shield my eyes, like I kind of underneath my shield, I'm gonna bring up the flail and try to catch it from underneath. But as I do, I'm going to use my green flame attack. I know there's nothing adjacent to it, but still gonna try to hit it with a little fire.
Okay. You swing out at it, but at the last moment, it lets go some of the pressure out of its wings and just ducks under your swing.
Okay. And this is, I can only use that once. I don't have my extra attack. And then, is it possible for me to get through the door here?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, so then I'm gonna kind of cycle around it, kind of trying to grab its attention and get an eye on what's behind us in my turn.
Okay, next up is Sebastian. He will step a bit around Renaud here, try to line up a shot and shoot at this guy. He will connect, striking into the creature. So as it takes this arrow, it is wounded. May's turn.
Okay. It's gonna follow Elliot's lead. Sorry, just scoping out the room. She yells, "I'm seeing 3 of these little green guys!" And then she's gonna stab him.
Yes, that will connect, wounding the creature.
And again.
Hitting him once again. This time, as you strike into him, he explodes, shattering all over the three of you surrounded there. As he does so, I will need Constitution saving throws from the three of you.
Happened last time, didn't it?
Renat was going to yell it out on his turn, but didn't quite get there.
Okay, Mei, you, perhaps not ready for this, are struck for 5 acid damage as the creature explodes. And in addition, this liquid made up of this creature gets into your eyes and makes you blinded.
What?
You should have had 3 temp HP from my order earlier, so I hope your health bar. I hope that is not 2 HP missing.
No, wait. You gave us how many times?
You were the only one close enough. It's 3 temp.
Oh, sorry.
If your new character came in here with like 10 HP, I'm gonna be mad at you.
I mean, it's not a lot, but
She's level
I know.
1.
I'm a little animal. Okay, so she was intending to step forward. Can she still kind of blindly
Yes.
attempt to move from what her recollection of her surroundings were, or
Yeah, so blinded's a little bit of a misnomer in D&D. I mean, it is you're blinded, but really these are the effects. So you still can effectively see, meaning like you have a rough idea of what's around you. Think of it almost as like your eyes are covered and you're just seeing through like glints and that kind of thing. So you can't effectively see somebody if like a spell requires you to see them. But other than that, these are the specific mechanical effects in chat here.
okie dokie.
Okay, next up is Renaud.
Okay. Moving. Didn't me, Sebastian. 20 feet. I do see a few of these guys. I betcha I don't have the line of sight to really Eldritch Blast either of those two over there yet. Is that...
You
look
could
like
certainly try, but if you draw a line through, there's going to be some covers, would be my guess.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, I would say the one that's closest to you, no, that would like literally go through a wall. But the guy that's farthest from you, sure, but again, cover.
Here's what I'm going to do instead. Oh, hey, I can actually see one. I'm going to blast him. So this guy on the south side here is going to get an Eldritch Blast.
That will indeed connect.
Oh. All right.
All right, your Eldritch Blast smashes into him, wounding him.
Follow up with another.
That one will also connect. Yes, and this one you will notice explodes from the force.
Elliot's gonna say, "Hey, that what's her name, alchemist lady? She throws things, so just don't clump up."
All right. And to that point, I don't want to use it yet, but I probably should because she's gonna melt us. I'm going to Misty Step as a bonus action. Can I Misty Step onto these barrels over here?
Sure, yeah, you could do that. You're kind of awkwardly positioned, but yep, you're there.
She's right here. And he'll point further into the room. That is his turn.
All right, and she steps up to here, and much like you expected, she is going to throw out a concoction here.
Oh, man.
Damn it. Very cool effect, but damn it.
And as she throws it, this vial from her side, she throws it there, and it shatters, releasing this very similar. You're familiar with this, Elliot. This blackness all around the area that is covering you, and I'll need the three of you in that area to make dexterity saving throws.
Son of a. Hey, Adam, did I get inspiration for my thing during? I don't remember you saying it, but
No, because I actually did say. So,
okay,
yeah.
all right. So never mind.
Yep, no worries. So Danger Sense will save you, Grask. May you succeeded. Elliot, unfortunately, you do not succeed. Elliot, go ahead.
Can I give him my inspiration?
You normally could, but not in this situation. Like if you do it beforehand, kind of deal, you could. But like on a check like this, no.
And this wasn't a ranged weapon, right?
Ranged weapon. No, she did not throw like a dart or something. This is like a glass vial that she throws and explodes. I know what you're going for there.
It went through there.
That's fair to ask. No, I get what you're going for. But so Elliot, as that shatters, go ahead and throw 2d8, and you will take that much acid damage. And this concoction then covers you, and you find yourself grappled. All right, so with that concluded, she's going to step back to there. Okay.
Man, she gets you every time, Elliot.
Everything gets me down here.
This guy is going to fly up to here, and once he gets to there, he is going to unleash a breath weapon. And I will need Elliot and Grask to go ahead and throw me dexterity, or actually May as well, dex save.
Danger Sense.
All right, all three of you succeed and are not affected by that, and we move to Grass. Danger Sense is paying off.
Whew. Okay, I'm going to wiggle through the door here a little bit because I don't actually have vision around that corner, but I feel like I should. Okay. I'm going to step 10 feet to here.
So how are you getting there exactly? You're moving through your companion?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, I am going to rage Tundra Aura again, so myself, Elliot, and Mei will get 3 temp HP. Let me mark that. Actually, didn't do the rage. I didn't click rage last time, so we do that twice real quick. Here's what Tundra Aura does, so you each get 3, and me as well. And I will keep moving to here. That's 30 feet.
Yeah, looks right.
Okay, and I seem to recall she was quite hard to hit last time. Am I misremembering that?
Give me a quick blind check to see if Grasp Memory, right as he's getting ready to slash, triggers anything for him. You remember that she's like a fighter, and she probably doesn't like you very much.
I thought as much. Okay, I'm not gonna Great Weapon Master. There's a lot of dudes in this room. Am I gonna? I'll recklessly. No, okay, we're doing reckless. We're doing Great Weapon Master. We're going all in. Here we go.
All right.
All the toggles clicked.
So reckless, yes, that will hit. All right, you slash out towards her, connecting and wounding her.
And the second one.
Second one also connects. Wounding her a second time. She looks pretty badly hurt.
She's awake. Push the advantage.
All right, this little flying guy's turn. He's going to fly to here and attack you on the flank, Grask. Defensive roll. I'm going to add 2 to his strike.
And I'm reckless, so it's at advantage.
Oh, yes. Okay, so then he will indeed strike you. And you'll suffer 5 slashing, 1 acid, 3 fire from that attack.
Okay, so with rage, that's...
You are you the... Which type of barbarian are you?
I only get half the slashing. I'm not totem.
Okay, so 4 and 2. Yeah, so 6. You're spot on. Okay, that's that guy's turn, and we move to Hugo's turn.
Okay. I'm going to run up and I can really just see one of them. So I'm gonna take aim at this one to the north and firebolt.
Okay, you line up a shot past Mei. Oof, that is going to be a fumble. Go ahead and give us a spell fumble.
While he's doing that, Adam, the vision lines on that door are kind of weird. Like Hugo can't see kind of south or east at all.
Yeah, that's kind of makes sense. The way I guess the way the wall is, it's kind of like wraps around a little bit.
Okay, I thought it was the door that was set wrong. Couldn't see.
No, there's like these little odd like edges to the wall trying to make the door more narrow than what it really appears to be.
Okay, got you.
Okay, so let's see. So you missed the attack, and yeah, so you're wrapped up. You basically are open. You're not really paying attention to trying to defend yourself, and that is going to be a miss.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to telekinetically shove Mei one square forward.
So northwest, like that.
Yep. And
Okay.
I go, as long as she's okay with it, I go, get you in there a little quicker.
And so May first, do you resist that or do you accept it?
I accept it, but I say, I can't see where I'm going.
Okay. That's the end of his turn.
All right, flying up and getting to this point is another one of these little creatures, and it's going to attack Hugo. So Hugo, defense roll, please. And let's see, this creature attacks you at advantage, so you have disadvantage on your defense roll.
Okay. It's not the protection from good and evil affected, is it?
No, not for this one.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure no, but post that one. Do you have that easily available? If not, I can just look it up real quick.
Yeah, I can pull it up. If it's like an elemental or something, I don't think it works against it.
It is an elemental. That's the one I wasn't sure on.
Yeah, I don't think that works against it. So yeah, just disadvantage for him.
Okay, yep. So just defense roll then, not blind check. Just go ahead and throw a defense roll.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, yeah, no worries. Okay, so that is your check. Let me just check him. Yes, so even though you're not quite paying attention, you notice at the last moment and do indeed evade that strike.
Oh, God, where'd you come from?
Grask, as you are standing there in combat with this creature, you feel this strange sensation on you, and I will need a wisdom saving throw.
Which creature?
You're asking which creature did this to you?
Yeah, which creature am I feeling this from?
You're not even sure. You feel this strange effect kind of like comes over you. You fight it off, and you realize, I think this affected you last time as well, and you also fought it off. You realize that this was some type of a magical effect, and now an invisible creature suddenly appears. All right, this guy's turn.
That little bugger.
He is going to also attack you, Grass, so defense roll at disadvantage. Yes, that will indeed manage to get through your defenses there. And as he slashes into you, 4, 3, and 3, so 2 and 6, 8 points of damage. Okay, move to the top of the round with Elliot.
All right, I'm going to try to break out of this goo that's holding me grappled.
Okay, so this will be your choice of I guess you might be able to use acrobatics. So acrobatics or athletics?
Well, acrobatics for sure. Here we go. Is it public or blind?
You can make that public. Yes, so that's your action, but you do break free.
Okie dokie. So I am going to move up this way. And I'm going to get behind this one. And as my bonus action, you guys see that flail that I've been carrying starts to kind of get really cold, and you can see it's like ice starts dripping off of it. And I'm going to then action surge. That was me casting Draconic Smite.
Okay.
And I'm going to action surge for my attacks back. And I'm going to take 2 silvered flail attacks at this one in the back.
Okay, both of those will connect. So let me just double check Draconic Smite here. So the next time, so this only affects 1. Okay. So go ahead and post your first damage.
Yeah, so after it hits, so that would be the first damage. But then it also does an additional 1d6 cold. Great. But also up to 4 creatures other than up to 4 other creatures of your choosing within 30 feet must each make a successful con save. So that would be all 4 of the people, or all 3 of the other ones in front of me. So this one, and this one.
So going in that exact order, give me 3 spell effect rolls. Okay, all 3 of them will be affected, and just throw 3d6.
Okay.
Okay, first one wounded. She is wounded. And the last little guy in the back is... You notice he's resistant to your attack.
Okie dokie. And here's the damage for the second attack that landed. That's on that guy right there. And that would be everything Elliot's got in his repertoire.
Okay, Sebastian will step up to here and take a shot at the guy just in front of Hugo. Hitting that guy and wounding him. Mei is still blinded. Mei's turn.
Okay. Mei is going to cautiously take a wide berth around these enemies. I'm coming through, right? Yeah. Okay. In order to get over to here without invoking any opportunity attacks.
Okay.
And then she's going to go to town on the chemist.
That attack will connect, wounding her. That attack will also connect. All right, and as you pierce her a second time, even though you can't really see, both attacks manage to line up and she drops to the ground.
R.I.P. And I say, the rest of you can join us or meet the same fate. And I'm like, not facing the right way towards any of them because I can't see them.
All right, now that was good. Go ahead and take inspiration. That's a great visual to bring to mind.
Like, how do you even know that you took her down or anything? You know what I mean? You just stabbed out twice and then turned around and exclaimed it.
That was based off sound.
All right, yeah, so she's definitely down. Anything else in your turn here, Mei?
Well, actually, I think that's as far as I can move. Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, Renaud.
How do they respond to my...
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they have a reaction yet?
None of the creatures that you can see are reacting any differently to this statement.
Renaud says, they may not understand what you say. Let's just kill them. And he'll Eldritch Blast. Let's start with this guy to the south.
Okay. That will miss.
Wow. These
I know.
guys have...
Rolls are not on fire here, are they?
No, that's okay. One more.
That will hit.
These guys don't have very good AC. Okay, let me... If he's still alive, I'm going to push him.
So as that
10 feet.
strikes him, nope, he is not still alive, but he does explode. And Hugo, I will need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Sorry, Hugo.
Yes, you successfully evade that as the creature is destroyed.
I will kind of get down from the top of the barrels, and I think that will be my turn.
All right, this one's turn. He is going to fly straight across towards you, Renaud, getting all up in your grill. And from there, he is going to lash out. I will need a defense roll.
I was hoping you would say, and he goes to shake my hand because we're now...
He does manage to slash you up for 4 slashing and 3 acid. Grask.
Okay, Grass doesn't want to be near these guys when they explode. When they've been hitting me, what are they doing usually? Slash their claws, right? Yeah.
Claws, yep.
Okay, I'm going to disengage and then walk over here. And then I'm going to hit this guy with Hungry Jaws as a bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm going to, can I recklessly attack Hungry Jaws?
Sure, I don't see why not.
Cool, yeah, we're doing that. Sorry, I'm just reading.
That will miss.
Oh, sorry, I can't grab Weapon Master on Hungry Jaws. It's not a weapon.
Oh, okay, then that will hit.
I was also confused reading that. Like, where's my freaking bonus?
Okay, as you bite into the creature, you realize it is resistant to your strike.
Okay, I get that much temp HP, but that is my turn.
And remember, temp doesn't stack.
Yeah, my other stuff got taken away, unfortunately, by these cruel creatures.
So this guy is going to fly to here and then attack you, Elliot, on the flank. So defense roll, please. That will indeed strike you as the creature's claws smash into Elliot. For 2 slashing, 1 acid, and 3 fire. Hugo's turn.
Okay. Let's see, where can I get to? All right. So Hugo will go here. And he's going to Burning Hands out towards Renaud.
Okay, I believe we've got that one. Yes, on our spell AoEs there.
Renaud says, "What are you doing?"
And then just remind, the scripts aren't going to be smart enough if you have special abilities that prevent certain things. So we may want to just adjust it slightly. Do you have Sculpt? I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah, I have Spell Sculpt, so it shouldn't hurt any of my...
Put it where you like, and then if it's sculpted to not hit somebody, we'll just back them out right before you hit trigger all.
Renaud casts Counterspell.
I don't don't see the little...
It popped up. It was right on top of your token, though.
Oh, okay.
So is that where you would like it, essentially, right like that?
Yeah, try not to get the barrels. Renaud could be in there, but I'll sculpt it around it.
Okay, so just, yep, Matt, you're spot on. So you back off, and then go ahead and hit trigger all.
Wait, do I have to have my token selected for that?
Nope, you want the little targeting guy selected, and then you'll see the trigger all.
Okay, all right. Trigger all.
Okay, so one of them you realize is completely immune to fire damage, but the other one is not, and he is damaged.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to telekinetically shove Renaud one back.
Okay, Renaud, do you accept?
I do. It's kind of like Renaud sees the burning hands come, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And then when it doesn't burn him, he goes, "Oh, thank you." And then he gets shoved back. He goes, "Ah."
I go, you could have put you out of the range before I cast a spell, I guess. Sorry about that.
It's all good. Thanks.
That's the end of his turn.
Grask, you notice as the little guy steps up to here, grabs a potion off of the woman's belt and puts it down her mouth.
Killing her instantly. Oh!
Alrighty, this guy's turn. He is striking at Elliot here, and the flank Elliot defense roll. Nice, that will count as a melee fumble. Go ahead and roll that. Okay, quite embarrassed, but otherwise not affected. Top of the round, Elliot's turn. I assume that was just to burn the spell slot.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So maybe some of you guys have picked it up, maybe some of you haven't, but over the course of being with Elliot, he's gotten a lot more reckless and up for doing dangerous things. So he is going to, without disengaging, move away from that one that just swung at him.
Okay, and he will indeed try to strike you with the opportunity attack. And he misses.
And then he's going to take his first attack on the one in front of him.
Okay. That will connect. And that will be enough to destroy that one. And much as you expected, he does indeed explode. Defense roll. Or I'm sorry, not defense, dex roll. Okay.
Right.
So that succeeds. However, this guy actually does half damage even on a successful save. So that'll be 2 acid and 6 fire.
You've got 3 temp. You've got 3 temp.
And that's going to cause the guy next to him, even if he was to succeed on his save, he's going to die as well. And then he's going to explode. And so I'll need another dex save, Elliot. Okay, so you will fail that, suffering 3 acid, and you are blinded.
Kadoki. And blindly, he's just going to kind of walk around till he feels like he was back in that same spot. And in his second attack, he's just going to swing back at that other one that tried to hit him as he walked away.
Okay. That will miss, unfortunately.
That's his turn.
Okay, Sebastian's turn. He's going to pop into the room. And he will take a shot, I guess, at the flying one. But he will miss. Mei, give me a dexterity saving throw. You are still blinded.
Chances.
Not very good, but you are still blinded.
Okay, so Mei is gonna say, thought we dealt with you, and stab out at the girl.
Okay, so you are blind, attacking at disadvantage, but she is prone, so that will cancel that out. So straight up attacks. That will strike her. All right, you stab down, wounding her. That will also hit. Wounding her again.
And then we are going to use the unarmed strike.
And yes, your third attack, sure, that'll hit as well. Wounding her again.
And, ooh, I gotta do it. Flurry of blows.
Ooh, unfortunately, you can't do that because you already declared an unarmed strike. So Flurry of Blows is where you spend a key point as a bonus action, but you actually use your bonus action already to strike her.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good to know.
Okay, we move to Renaud's turn.
Renaud is going to... She's prone, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I am going to starburst her instead. So let me roll a spell effect. This is against her charisma. Here we go.
She is not affected.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, bonus action. I will just looking real quick here. Bonus action. 2 healing light dice to Elliot, who I guess is the worst looking out of all of us. So I'll roll that, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right, as she is on the ground here, conscious now, she once again very rapidly grabs a potion from her side and drinks this as a bonus action, and you notice her change into a gaseous form, where she then action disengages and in her gaseous form slips underneath this barrel and you lose sight of her. Grask.
Do I smash the barrel? No, I'm gonna smash the little guy next to me so he doesn't do his tricks on me anymore. So I will recklessly attack him with the great axe, killing him instantly.
That will certainly connect. And that is enough to kill him instantly.
Like I said. And oh, sorry. That doesn't usually work. I'm a little shocked. Can I guess, could I just tip the box? That's probably better. I've already used an action. Or I've already used the attack action. Can I use my second attack to like move the box, or do I have to smash at it?
I mean, I'd allow you to push it, just like you could push a person.
Yeah, like in this case, I want to like tip it over.
Okay, you tip it over and you notice a gaseous cloud is there underneath the box, which you can now clearly see. So she is not obviously there, but she is in gaseous cloud form, so I will leave her there and give her a yellow dot.
Okay, and I will just step here and end my turn.
Hey, you're a great weapon master. You're going to do a bonus action when you kill something.
Oh, yeah. Okay, can I do that, Adam? Because I'm bad at the game.
Remind me the wording of that one?
Let me post it, but he's right. Where is that feat? Here we go.
The barbarian that plays in my home game gets it all the time, and it's such a pain.
Score a critical or reduce creature to 0. You can make one melee weapon attack as a bonus action.
So it says on your turn when you score a critical hit or reduce. So you dropped him, then you moved away, though. So I don't think it's just you get an extra bonus attack that you can use at any time during the round.
Anytime during the turn.
Where does it say that?
Just how I was interpreting.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the way I'm reading this, and I'm happy to listen to other interpretations, but it says on your turn when, so that tells me it has to be done right then, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 points with one, you can make one melee weapon attack as a bonus action. So I think it's intended to be like you struck, boom, dropped him, you immediately take your bonus action and swing. I don't think you could take it and just get like a +1 credit for a bonus attack and then like move around and then take your bonus attack.
Okay, that's fine with me. I could do Hungry Jaws though. No, actually, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do my Rage Aura that I forgot to do, because I can do that again as a bonus action. Which is that, and that's just gonna be on me and the Hedgehog.
I'll do a double check on the rules for that one between this session and next time, just so we'll be prepared, because I'm sure it's going to come up again.
She doesn't have very much, or I'd fight for it.
Wait, so you already gave me 3 temporary hit points.
Then I've wasted it on you. Yeah, it doesn't stack.
Okay.
All right, we are on Hugo's turn.
Okay, Hugo is going to circle around. He'll move one more over here, and then he aims at the cloud, I guess. Firebolt.
Shooting a firebolt. Okay.
Looks to Renaud. I'm going to say it now, too.
All right.
That is going to miss.
Okay. And I think... you know what? I'm going to Action Surge. Do it again.
Okay. That will connect. And that will be enough to drop her out of her cloud form as she hits the ground in physical form.
Someone put a sword in her neck or something. No more messing around with this one.
Where'd the little guy go? Did Grass kill it?
I think he ate him.
There's one up here.
I took care of him.
I'm blind though, I can't see, but I saw him snap his jaws.
And this one is indeed going to strike out at Elliot with advantage because he is blind.
Oh, you lucky.
Yes, you will evade that strike, though. All right, we're a little bit over time, but as we're right at the end of the battle here, let's just wrap this up. So, yeah, Elliot, go ahead.
Do I get to make a dex save as well for my blindness?
You do, yeah. Yep, that'll do it. You are no longer blind.
Nice. I'll take 2 swings at the creature there then.
First one will miss. Second one will connect. Wounding the creature.
Okay, knowing I got some rangy guys behind me, I don't want to get hit in a death burst, so I think I'm going to try to slip by on attack of opportunity here.
Okay, sure, yeah, defense roll. You will manage to get out of there unscathed.
Alright, I'll move over here to Renaud and end my turn.
Okay, Sebastian will take a shot at him. Wounding him. And it is Mei's turn. Another deck save, Mei. Yes, you are also no longer blinded.
Awesome. May is gonna start removing any more potions off of her body in the hopes that she can't revive herself and no one else can revive her.
You do find one additional potion that is like nearby her in quick grasp area. and you pull that off of her belt.
So is that a interact with object? Or an
Yes.
action?
Yep. We'll say that's interact with object.
Ooh, cool. We're gonna stab out at the little green guy.
All right. Yes, that will connect. And that will be enough to destroy him as well. And of course, he will also explode. Dex save Mei Yi.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm shielding my eyes.
Unfortunately, this one's made of steam. So instead of trying to hit in your eyes, it's going to deal 1 acid and 5 fire damage.
That didn't work.
All right, that one is destroyed. We are right at the end of our session time here, guys. You're out of combat at this point. So I think the only question is, you're pretty confident based on what has occurred so far that mechanically she's making death saves right now. Do you guys want to essentially kill her to give her no chance, or are you trying to take her prisoner, or any other thoughts?
Does this mean she is a player and that we've been fall
No,
fighting?
she's not a player, but certain, I will say, significant NPCs get death saves like player characters do. And when I say significant, I don't necessarily mean she has some grand significance to play to the storyline. It just means that she's more important than your regular mooks.
She has a name.
Right, that is true. She does.
Elliot votes no.
Let's take her prisoner.
We tried to talk to her before.
Yeah, but she was
Yes.
busy. She was trying to create potions.
Yeah, but she's
started-
crazy.
She had a
started it,
chance.
Well ended.
She is bonkers. I mean, look at all that stuff she wrote in those notes.
We're not. Yeah, she could help us interpret them, and then we could have the knowledge.
Well,
You already sold them.
Come on, Rod. Whose side are you on?
Renaud is on the side of life, I guess, because he's a square.
Boo, boo.
I don't know if that's enough to outvote everyone, though.
I just think she's could be valuable, but
Is it?
Like the skin? Like
I'm-
leather?
My God.
I'm not
Bolt is
talking
now
to the lizard.
grasped.
So I think we've got 2 votes for kill, and if I'm understanding correctly, Renaud and Mei Yi are saying prisoner. So I think we're down to Hugo as our tiebreaker.
Come on, Sebastian.
No, I'm gonna vote kill. I don't think we can
Oh,
trust her to
God.
stick around.
I guess
Sorry.
we know.
Yeah.
We could know what all those notes say. All
Yeah,
right.
but she's already tried to revive herself once. She sounds slippery, so
So with
Well,
3
be
votes to
careful.
2, who wants to deal the killing blow here?
Elliot will run up real quick and like smash her into the hole.
All right. So she is indeed slain. All right, guys. So we are at the end of our session here. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. Hope everybody had a good time. Once you guys come back next week, obviously, we'll give you a full description of this room as you're not right in the middle of fighting for your life. But you have successfully defeated this opponent and all of her little minions. And we will see what else here is to be discovered next week. Yeah, have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, y'all.
See you
guys.
Good one.
Thank you.
Great
Good
session
job,
here, guys.
everybody.